KWJL Lancaster, Palmdale, Mojave, a High Desert Broadcasting Company station. Your home for America's greatest music. KJUL 1380.
This is the Lancaster JetHawks pregame show. Stay tuned for information on today's game, interviews from the field, and a look around the California League. The JetHawks pregame show is brought to you by Burns Pharmacy in Lancaster, the oldest and most respected pharmacy in the Valley. It's Burns Pharmacy in downtown Lancaster.
It is that time again to welcome you into another edition of Lancaster JetHawks Baseball. Tim O'Sullivan coming to you from the hangar here in the Antelope Valley for tonight's matchup, the middle game of this three-game series against the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, the California League affiliate of the defending world champion Anaheim Angels. Well, last night, anything but good for the JetHawks as the Quakes gave Lancaster a taste of their own medicine with 5 home runs in a 10-4 win, and the JetHawks enter play tonight having lost their last 4 home games. That's the first time all year they've been able to say that. And in addition to that, they have lost 6 of 7 overall in the month of July, and going back have now dropped 14 out of 21. So they'll try and turn things around tonight as they enter the second half with a 6-12 record, or enter tonight with a 6-12 record in the second half. They are 6.5 out of first place. Rancho Cucamonga, the Quakes are 1 spot ahead of them. In the South, they are 8-9 and 4 games out of first place. Our pitching matchup tonight, the JetHawks and Scott Barber to the mound, 6-6 record, 6.11 ERA, making his 18th start of the season. You might look at that ERA and say, well, that's a little bit high, but you consider that he's had 2 bad starts this year, one on the 5th of May and another one in his last outing on the 3rd of July. In those 2 starts, he gave up 20 earned runs in just 4 2/3 innings. You take away those 2 starts, and Barber's ERA is nearly 2 runs better than it is now. He'll be opposed by someone who needs to remove no starts from what he has done this year. That's Irvin Santana, 9-1 record, 2.33 ERA. That earned run average, second best in the league, and just 3/100ths of a point behind Bakersfield's Chad Godin. But Santana has been almost unhittable as opponents batting just 201 against him this season, and he has won 5 of his last 6 outings, also leading the league with 119 strikeouts. Look Around the California League is next on KJUL 1380.
Are you tired of going to the big-name drugstores only to be treated like a number and have them take 3 hours to fill your prescription? Well, it's time to break the big chain pharmacy runaround. Go to Burns Pharmacy in downtown Lancaster, located at 866 West Lancaster Boulevard. Burns is your full-service pharmacy with a large home health care department. Is there medicine you need and can't find? Well, call Burns. They do custom compounded prescriptions. Why should you go anywhere else? Burns Pharmacy, 866 West Lancaster Boulevard.
Fellow success seekers, today's message is a simple one. If you want to maximize your dreams and realize the full potential of your life, I am here to tell you that there is just one thing you have to do. Think like a can. Because a can be anything. It just has to be recycled. And once it is, a can possesses that one thing you desire, infinite promise. Just think of all the things a can be. A picnic table, a window frame, or playground equipment. It can be that many things and more, and so can you. Because, my friends, to think like a can is to think I can. All you have to do is wake up every morning, stand before the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, you can.
Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. Brought to you by the California Department of Conservation.
This is Scott Barber, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Full schedule of games to tell you about from last night in the California League. First of all, a South Division matchup as Inland Empire scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to beat High Desert 4-3. Jared Thomas was the winner in relief as the 66ers beat the Mavericks closer Bobby Bystrowski. Evel Bastida was 3 for 4 with a triple in the ball game for the Mavericks. Jason Belcher, a home run. Scott Candelaria also with 3 hits, including 2 doubles. Lake Elsinore had their pitching staff roughed up a bit as they lost to Bakersfield 13-7 at the Diamond. Jared Matthews, the winner. Luis Mateo drove in 4 runs, had 3 hits, including a couple of doubles. Eric Reese also chipping in a triple and a double, 3 RBIs. And in a losing cause, Josh Barfield, a couple of hits, including a home run, and 3 batted in. Elsewhere, Stockton defeated Modesto 4-1. John Barnett picked up just his 3rd win of the year against 9 losses. He beat Jeffrey Brooks, who fell to 8-7. Matt Bowser, a home run, accounting for the only A's run, as Jimenez out of the bullpen, 4 innings of work and 6 strikeouts for the Stockton Port. Kelvin Jimenez pitching 4 innings and picking up his 2nd save. Also, Visalia beat San Jose 9-4, 2nd straight win over the Giants for the Oaks in their 3rd in a row overall, as Michael Esposito improves to 7-4 on the season. He beat Anthony Panone last night. Sean Barker for Visalia, a home run and 4 batted in. Corey Slavic also chipping in 3 hits. In the losing cause, Tyler Von Schell, a home run among his 2 hits. He also scored a couple of runs. So let's check the standings now in the California League. First of all, the South Division. Lake Elsinore still in first place, a 12-5 record, 1.5 games better than the 2nd place Inland Empire 66ers. And the Quakes in 3rd at 8-9. JetHawks at 6-12 are in 4th place. And though those High Desert Mavericks, they have lost 8 in a row, 9 out of 10. They find themselves 9 games out of first place, just 3-14 in the second half. Through the North Division, Visalia riding that 3-game winning streak, 1.5 game lead as they are 12-7. Bakersfield at 10-8 is in second. Then Stockton has moved up into a 3-way tie for 3rd place in the North. Stockton at 10-10. San Jose, Modesto are both 9-9. All 3 teams 2.5 games out of first place. Full slate of games again tonight in the California League. The Oaks continue at the Muni in San Jose, and they will send Zach Parker to the mound against the Giants' J.T. Thomas. Chad Petty will pitch for High Desert tonight as they continue at Arrowhead Credit Union Park in Inland Empire. Ryan Ketchner on the mound for the 66ers. He, like the Quakes' Irvin Santana here tonight, looking for his 10th win of the season. Stockton sends Ben Kiter to the mound against Modesto's Steve Fisher, and Bakersfield will send ERA leader Chad Godin to the mound against Jason Wiedmeyer, already a 7-game winner for the Storm. One of the rare bright spots in the ball game last night was Jaime Jones, who picked up 3 more hits and 3 at-bats. He has been able to get himself back into the swing of things, so to speak, has the batting average back up and over the 300 mark, and I'll sit down and talk with the left-handed hitting outfielder right after this break on KJUL 1380.
So where do you go when you need more than just a prescription fill? Burns Pharmacy has been the answer for the last 45 years. At Burns, their focus is personal customer service. In fact, they can fill the prescriptions that other pharmacies in the Valley can't, and much quicker, too. The newly expanded store in downtown Lancaster includes a large home health care department. Burns Pharmacy, 866 West Lancaster Boulevard. Burns Pharmacy, it's where the JetHawks go, and where you should go, too.
It's time to get connected to the people you know. Everybody needs a cell phone, cause we're all on the go. There's only one little old name that you need to know, and that's Frank. Frank's Radio.
No matter what you might see or hear, Frank's Radio is still your authorized Nextel service center, proudly displaying the Service Excellence Award from Nextel. There's a reason for that. Only Frank's Radio does it all. Look for the Frank's Radio logo where they service what they sell. Not all Nextel dealers are created equal. Be sure you're getting the service you deserve. Be sure it's Frank's Radio. You've never had a cell phone like this before, and you've never had service like this before. Frank's Radio, now open Monday through Saturday on 12th Street West between Avenues M and N in the Sierra Business Park.
There's only one way to do 2-way, and that's Frank's Way.
This is Matt Henry, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Time to talk with JetHawks outfielder Jaime Jones on the Burns Pharmacy pregame. And Jaime, one of the few positives was your ball game last night, a couple of hits, and it seems like you're back after the injury.
Yeah, I mean, I felt pretty good when I did originally come back. You know, I was just a click off in the games I've had, and I think the last couple of days my timing has finally got back to where I want it to be, and hopefully I can just keep on doing what I've done the last last 3 days.
Now, I'm sure you don't want to accept your first week back when you had just a couple of hits and I think 21 at-bats, but at the same time, that was somewhat to be expected, wasn't it?
Yeah, actually, I thought I was going to be a lot worse. I mean, like I said, I felt good at the plate, and I wasn't chasing off-speed and pitches out of the zone or anything like that. I was just missing, a lot of the pitches I was putting in play by, maybe an inch or two off the barrel, or I got froze a lot on a lot of off-speed pitches, but that was, I haven't seen any off-speed in a month. So, I think it actually went a lot better than I expected.
A lot of hitting is your lower body, and obviously your foot is part of that. Did that affect you one way or the other in your first couple of games back?
I could feel it on some of the swings when I swung and missed, but for the most part, no, it didn't really have that big effect on me at all. It has more effect on probably running the bases and playing the outfield than anything.
I think what's also surprising is how quickly you were able to come back after an incident that could have been much worse. We all know that. You were out of action for what, maybe 3 weeks?
Yeah, somewhere around 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. But yeah, I came back. I think at least a week earlier than I thought I was going to. But right now it's still swollen and bruised, and if I have, if I walk around barefoot and like that, I walk with a limp, but it feels good with shoes on. So, thank God I don't play baseball barefoot.
I think one of the things I'm sure you've noticed is the club that you've come back to is entirely different than the one that you left in the early part of June. I'm sure this is something you've been through before on a ball club where call-ups have taken a significant portion of the team. What's important to focus on, not only for yourself but for the other guys in a situation such as this?
I think pretty much go about to what everyone's been doing. Right now I was talking to Mayshore about yesterday. This is kind of the month in the season where all the players need to start making adjustments, where the pitchers start making adjustments with the hitters, and this is where the hitters start needing to make adjustments with the pitchers. And this usually, this is when you find out if you are making adjustments. Nobody cares what you did the first 2 months of the season. This is kind of the turning point where, what's going to happen in the last 2 months of the season. And I think everyone just needs to go out and kind of get here and get what they need to do. Just do what they have to do to get prepared for the game. Hopefully a lot of people don't sit on their first 2 or 3 months stats and, try to coast the rest of the way thinking I hit 300 the first 3 months, so I can hit 300 the last 2 months. So basically just come and get your work done.
It's also important for the guys that are still here to realize that they have an opportunity. While the Snyders of the world, the Krogers of the world aren't here anymore, still a lot of good bats in that clubhouse.
Yeah, there are. Just hopefully, I've seen a lot of guys hit 300, a lot of home runs first couple months of the season, and then second half of the season, I've seen guys make the All-Star team hitting 330, going and finishing the second half of the season, they got 3 base hits the whole second half of the season, end up hitting 190 something. So, this is a great opportunity for a lot of other guys to step up and give themselves, put their name on the map and, give themselves a good opportunity for next year's spring training.
Finally hit a home run against the North.
Yeah, I feel good. Oh, you mean the South?
Against the South, yeah.
Yeah, I realized that this morning. I was kind of realizing if I'd ever hit one this year against them. Because if I haven't, I think we're done playing the North here pretty soon. I don't want to end it with 8 home runs.
Does that make much of a difference to you one way or the other?
No. Home runs, I don't really care who I hit them off as long as I get a couple here and there. To me, it doesn't care how I get them.
Home runs are home runs. You got 9 now, and you seem to be back in the swing of things. 7 hits in your last 3 games. Jaime, as always, appreciate the time, and keep it up.
Thanks for having me.
That's Jaime Jones, JetHawks outfielder. Baseball is next on KJUL 1380.
Are you tired of going to the big-name drugstores only to be treated like a number and have them take 3 hours to fill your prescription? Well, it's time to break the big chain pharmacy runaround. Go to Burns Pharmacy in downtown Lancaster, located at 866 West Lancaster Boulevard. Burns is your full-service pharmacy with a large home health care department. Is there medicine you need and can't find? Well, call Burns. They do custom compounded prescriptions. Why should you go anywhere else? Burns Pharmacy, 866 West Lancaster Boulevard.
When you have a non-life-threatening illness or injury, you want treatment today. Quartz Hill Walk-In can help. No appointment is necessary, and you'll always see a board-certified physician when you visit. Their medical staff is trained in internal medicine, family practice, and emergency medicine. They're open 7 days a week, 8 to 8, Monday through Friday, and 9 to 4 on the weekends. Quartz Hill Walk-In is located on the corner of 50th Street West and Avenue L8, or call 943-6455. Quartz Hill Walk-In, more than just medicine. Baseball season is here, and the JetHawks are back in action at the hangar. Check out the future stars of the Arizona Diamondbacks and join in on these upcoming promotions.
Friday, July 11th, the JetHawks will be home to host the Inland Empire 66ers. The first 1,500 fans will receive a sports bottle courtesy of the Palmdale Water District. Saturday, July 12th, the first 1,000 fans will receive a Jose Cruz Jr. bobblehead.
For more information on these events or for tickets, call the JetHawks at 726-5400 or go online at JetHawks.com. It's Lancaster JetHawks Baseball.
Let's meet another in the family of prompt, personal Antelope Valley Farmers Insurance Agents. Farmers has been in the AV since 1929.
And I've been a farmer's agent since 1999. This is Steve Taylor. My father, Bob Taylor, was a farmer's agent in Palmdale for over 22 years. Now I'm carrying on the Taylor name with farmers. I've got a nice big ad in the phone book. For insurance and financial planning, call me.
Go with confidence. Go with Steve Taylor, an Antelope Valley Farmers Agent ready to help you now to get you back where you belong.
The Lancaster JetHawks are on the air.
Taking a high fly ball, deep left field. Campbell's going good. He's got the wall. Breaking ball driven to left field, coming on it there, and out the plate, out of bounds. Here comes Baja around third. The throw is not in time. The JetHawks have won it. Go to first and drive, and the JetHawks are in the playoffs.
Exciting California League action with the future stars of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
The 1-2 swung on, ground ball to short. Pruitt is there. Fields throws to first just in time to get Owen. Brandon Metters gets out of the jam.
JetHawks Baseball is brought to you by Antelope Valley Christian School, the U.S. Coast Guard, the law firm of R. Rex Paris, Rexall, the City of Lancaster, and your new home for JetHawks Baseball, KJUL 1380. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Lancaster JetHawks and Minor League Baseball Incorporated and is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, retransmission, or other use of the accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Lancaster JetHawks and Minor League Baseball Incorporated is prohibited. Now, let's get to the game.
Set for baseball here in Lancaster, the middle game of this three-game series. JetHawks and the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, the Angels affiliate, and the first-half champions in the South Division. Let's get to the starting lineups. First of all, for the Quakes, they will have Tommy Murphy in the leadoff spot. He's the shortstop, followed by Justin Turner in the lineup tonight, batting second and playing second base. Jeff Mathis, a couple of home runs last night, will bat third. He's behind the plate with Dallas McPherson in the cleanup spot. He is the designated hitter. Mike Elwert moves up to the number 5 spot in the batting order. He is in left field. Over in right is Jason Espedo. He will bat 6th. Azarias Corbeil is at first base, batting 7th. Hitting 8th is the third baseman, Javi Rodriguez. And Nick Kimpton is in center field, batting 9. For the JetHawks, Mike Thiessen will again be in the leadoff spot and play left field. Danny Richard will bat second and play second base with Jaime Jones, our guest on the pregame show, in the number 3 spot. He's over in right field. Kyle Nichols moves back to the cleanup spot. He will play first base tonight with Sergio Santos up to the 5th spot in the batting order. He will play short. Jay Garthwaite in center field, bats 6th with Dan Ugler in the number 7 spot. He will play third base. Mike DeRosa is behind the plate, hitting 8th, and Travis McAndrews is the designated hitter. He will bat 9. Quakes tonight facing right-hander Scott Barber, 6-6 record, 6.11 ERA. This will be his 4th against the Quakes this year. Is 0-1 in 3 previous starts, but more than respectable 3.5 ERA. He took his 1 loss on the 25th of April. Didn't pitch all that poorly. 3 hits and 3 earned runs in 5 1/3 innings. Ball game, the Quakes won 6-4, and Barber ran into some trouble in the 5th inning after opening up that start with 4 shutout innings of work. He also pitched on the 10th of May in this ballpark against the Quakes, a no decision that the JetHawks won 3-2. And then on the 27th of May, he opposed Santana. Neither he nor Santana got a decision in that ball game. Barber 8 hits and 3 earned runs in 6 innings. The game the JetHawks lost by a score of 4-3. So Tommy Murphy leads it off. He steps in from the left side, a switch hitter. 287 average, 7 home runs, and 25 batted in. Right away, Ugla's in on the grass at third, as the first pitch of the game is a changeup that misses outside. We're underway. Murphy's been playing a very good bat of late, 9 hits in his last 20 at-bats. Open stance from the left side, swings and bounces one foul past the first base bag. Murphy also, at least at one point, was a pretty highly regarded prospect. He's now listed as the number 30 prospect in the Angels system. 3rd rounder in 2000 out of Florida Atlantic. Swings and fouls one off the netting above the Quakes dugout, third base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Barber and his teammates wearing the black road uniform jersey tops tonight with the cream pants. A 1-2. Breaking ball bounced down the first base line, past the diving Nichols, and into the outfield. Murphy's digging for 2. Here's the throw from Jones. It's cut off, and Murphy has a leadoff double. Tommy Murphy hit what essentially amounted to a bounding ball, but it was right down the first base line out of the reach of Nichols, and even though Jones was over there pretty quickly, Murphy with pretty good speed and beat it for a 2-base hit. I'll bring up the second baseman, Justin Turner, who did not play in the ball game last night. His average has suffered a bit of late, hitting just .213 on the season. 3 home runs, 27 batted in. And he steps in from the left side as well. Barber checks second, and the pitch is fouled to the screen for strike 1. Turner just 2 hits in his last 16 at bats, so gives you an idea of how he has had some struggles, at least of late, in recent memory. Here's the number 9. Santos scooping in at short, playing cat and mouse with Murphy. Now peels away, and the fastball misses inside, I guess. 1-1. Looked like a pretty good pitch from the JetHawks right-hander. But the count is 1-1. Don't have the breeze that we had last night. Swinging a chopper foul at home plate. 1-2. Of course, last night, a stiff breeze out to right field virtually the entire game, and Quakes took advantage of that for 5 home runs. Most they have hit in a game this year, the most the JetHawks have allowed in a game this season. Barber at the ready. Kicks and delivers. Pitch is served into left field. That's down for a base hit. Decent up to get it. Murphy will stop at third as Turner rounds first with a single. And just like that, Scott Barber's in trouble. Sensing that is the outdoorsman, Mel Stoudemire, is going to make a trip to the mound. Probably one of the quickest trips that Stoudemire has made all season. Just 2 batters into the game. 2 hits given up by Barber, both of them on 1-2 pitches, and that is probably what has garnered Stoudemire's attention. Getting ahead is one thing, putting hitters away is obviously another. And thus far, Barber has been unable to do that. Probably also in the back of Stoudemire's mind was the previous start by Barber in this ballpark on July 3rd when he lasted just 2 2/3 innings. He was tagged for 9 earned runs on 10 hits. Barber also gave up 3 home runs in that ball game. That's it for Stoudemire. as Jeff Mathis will step in. Pretty tough customer. Mathis, 2 home runs in the ball game last night. Now has 10 on the season. 49 RBIs and a .322 batting average. Tied for 9th in the league with that average. Barber delivers. High and inside. Backs up Mathis. That pitch about helmet high. 1 ball and no strikes. I think some of the concern of late with Barber is that he has fallen in love with his changeup. He has thrown an awful lot of them, which, while it's a very good pitch, you throw it too often and hitters, even at this level, will figure you out. Time is called. Barber off the rubber. Mathis back in there. Open stance from the right side. Wide open stance. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Little tail to that fastball, moving away from the right-handed hitter. 1 ball and 1 strike. JetHawks might also be wearing their road uniforms tonight just to try and mix things up a bit. Things haven't exactly been rosy the last couple of weeks. The 1-1 reached for and line foul into the seats behind the JetHawks dugout. And the count is 1-2. Still plenty of sunshine, although home plate is just now into the shadows. Barber's still in the sun out on the mound, so that'll change in a couple of minutes. Everybody else still in the sunshine. The 1-2. Reached for and popped up foul into the seats along the right side. Remains a ball and 2 strikes. Mathis just turned 20 years of age in March. Already his 3rd year of pro ball. The pitch, little fister, right side. Nichols is up with it, spins, throws to second. They get the force as Turner's retired. Murphy comes in to score. Quakes have a 1-0 lead. Mathis reaches on the fielder's choice. He will get an RBI, his 50th of the season. 3-6 on the putout at second base. Dallas McPherson will be the hitter. McPherson, the DH tonight after playing 3rd in last night's ball game. A left-handed hitter. Barber still from the stretch delivers and misses inside for ball 1. McPherson hit one of those 5 home runs last night, a solo shot in the 8th inning. His 8th of the year. The 1-0. Low again for ball 2. Let's set the JetHawks for you defensively. Mike Thiessen in left field with Jay Garthwaite in center. Over on right is Jaime Jones with Dan Uggla at third. Sergio Santos at short. Richard at second. Kyle Nichols at first. And Mike DeRosa behind the plate. Off speed, sails outside. 3 balls and no strikes. One thing Barber hasn't been doing much of late is walking people. Just 3 in his last 14 1/3 innings of work. Over 14 1/3 over 3 starts. The pitch. Swinging a drive to right field. Jones is drifting back at the edge of the track. He makes the catch. Halfway with Mathis. He will retreat to first. So McPherson getting the green light on 3-0. Hit the ball pretty well, but Jones tracked it down for out number 2. Now the left fielder, Mike Elward. Had 2 doubles in the ball game last night. Even with those 2 doubles, is still just 3 for his last 17. Average on the year at .298. 6 home runs and 33 batted in. The pitch. Overhand fastball is low. 1 ball and no strikes. Elward spelled E-Y-L-W-A-R-D. The way it's pronounced, the Y might as well not even be there. The 1-0. Swinging a high fly ball down the right field line. slicing. Jones is over for a look, but it's well out of play. 1-1. Quakes in their road grays tonight. Top sand pants with the dark blue numerals and the dark blue socks. Barber comes set. He comes home, and the pitch is fouled straight back off the window right next to me. They're getting closer. Last night I had one hit off of this window right here. And tonight I get one to the window to my right. So one to the left, one to the right. Those are the uprights, and I'm right down the middle. So 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, foul at home plate. 1-0 Quakes. We are just underway in the top of the first inning. Quakes getting a run on 2 hits. Jeff Mathis is the runner at first base. Mike Elward at the plate with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swinging a ground ball down the third baseline. That's a fair ball. Past the diving Ugliff into foul territory. Mathis is racing to third. Into second is Elward with his 3rd double of the series. 2nd double of the inning. And Barber is not out of the woods yet. 2nd and 3rd with 2 away. And here's the right fielder, Jason Espedo. Espedo, it's 2nd in the ball game last night. Was 1 for 5 with a run scored. Barber kicks and throws. And the changeup is a strike on the outside corner. Speedo, left-handed hitter. And the 0-1. Another change. That's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Speedo's hitting .279 with 7 home runs, 36 batted in. Hitting .425 against JetHawks pitching this year. The 1-1. Bringing a little looper, left side. Uggla's over. Makes the catch on the infield dirt, and the inning is over. Barber strands 2, but gives up a run on 3 hits. We played a half, 1 for the Quakes. The JetHawks are coming up on K-Jewel 1380.
When you need a solution to pests in and around your home, business, or in the landscape, call Care Pest Solutions. Experience and diversity enables Care Pest Solutions customers to make one call for all of their pest management needs. Why take on the task of pest control yourself when Care Pest Solutions can do it all for you? Mention you heard about us on the radio and receive a $20 discount towards your first service. Care Pest Solutions, the official pest management of the Lancaster JetHawks. Call 951-1843. Our most important service is yours.
McDonald's presents That's Bizarre. And now, the 6 o'clock news on Helium.
Outside Athens today, archaeologists uncovered what appears to be a 40,000-year-old thigh bone of a Paleolithic mastodon. And a related story...
That's Bizarre is brought to you by new McGriddle's breakfast sandwiches. Savory sausage or bacon with eggs and cheese. And here's the bizarre part. Sandwiched between 2 warm griddle cakes with a taste of maple syrup baked right in. Why didn't somebody think of this before? New McGriddles. Bizarre, but yummy.
And participating McDonald's.
Get CNN news updates all day long right here on your station for America's greatest music and Lancaster JetHawks baseball. K-Jewel 1380.
Bottom of the first inning, Neeson, Richard, and Jones to face the man they call Magic. Irvin Santana, 9-1 record, 2.33 ERA, has been almost unhittable of late. Check out the numbers for Santana, who not only leads the league with 119 strikeouts, also in innings pitched 115 2/3. Has 20 more strikeouts than any other pitcher in the league, but in his last 3 starts, he has given up exactly 1 hit in each of those starts. So 3 hits allowed in 20 innings of work. He's only given up 1 run altogether in those 3 starts. So that works out to a 0.45 ERA. And much to the surprise of no one, has won all 3 of those starts. Hasn't lost since the 16th of May. A complete game, 7-inning loss that day to High Desert. Of all teams, who would have thought? A game that he lost 2-1. So Santana, signed out of the Dominican Republic for $700,000, faces Thiessen. And the pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Santana, fastball, slider, change, all pitches above average. Gets up to around 98 on the radar gun. Swinging a pop-up. Over for a look is Corpio, first base side, but it's well back and behind the seats. 0-2 the count. Decent. Hitting .273, 4 home runs, 12 batted in. Number 4 came in the first inning last night. The pitch. Fastball called, strike 3 on the outside corner. So Thiessen's done on 3 pitches. And there is one away for Danny Richard. Richard had a double in 4 at-bats last night. Also drove in a run and scored a run, hitting .308. A home run and 26 batted in. Santana delivers, and the fastball is lifted down the left field line. Elward cutting over, now back into the shadows, and he makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down as Richard's retired on just 1 pitch. And here's our guest on the Burns Pharmacy pregame show, Jaime Jones. Talking to Jaime a little bit before we did the interview, he says to me, how do the interviews sound? Because I mumble. He mumbles when he talks. I says, he didn't mumble. Sounded fine. And he does sound fine. Takes a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. And Santana right back. And strike 2 on the outside corner. I don't think Santana's missed the strike zone yet. Thrown 6 pitches and 6 strikes. Alley 0-2. Hey, there you go. That's out of the zone. Down and away, 1-2. Getting back to Jones, even if he does mumble, I don't think I'd be the one to tell him. The pitch. Swinging a high fly ball down the right field line. A speedo turn. That is gone. Jaime Jones on a 1-2 pitch hit a towering shot well beyond the right field wall, and we're tied at 1. Second consecutive ball game that Jones has homered in the first inning. And we're tied at 1. So much for Mr. Unhittable, Irvin Santana. Jones found a way to hit him. Now Kyle Nichols steps in, but backs away before Santana was set to deliver. Just got a very interesting stat from our statistician tonight, David Gunther. As the first pitch is up high for ball 1. All 4 hits in the game have come on 1-2 pitches. Now, who says hitting behind in the count is such a bad thing? Nichols swings and pops one up back behind home plate. Mathis never saw it as it lands in the seats. 1-1. Jaime Jones with his 10th home run of the season. The 1-1 to Nichols. Swinging and a miss. There's that nasty slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes, which might sound like a bad thing, but not tonight. Santana delivers. Check swing on the slider. And on appeal, Chipford Ladder says no swing. So it's even at 2-2. Jones, by the way, has just tied his career high for home runs, which initially set in 97 and tied for the first time in 1998. Nichols fouls one to the screen, and it remains 2-2. 1997 with Brevard County, 10 homers and 95 ball games. The next year in Double-A with Portland, 10 home runs and 123 ball games. Tonight Jones hits number 10 in game number 67. Check swing on the slider, and that is strike 3. Nichols knew it. Santana with 2 strikeouts. But Jaime Jones hits his 10th home run of the season. Ties up the ball game, 1 apiece as we go to the second on KJUL 1380.
Looking for a new car? Summer's hottest deals are at your Toyota dealer right now.
We make it easy, oh so easy.
It's Toyota's Summer Drive. Get $1,000 factory cash back on a new V6 Camry, including Solara, or $750 back on any new 4-cylinder Camry. Choose $750 cash back or 1.9 financing on the versatile Matrix, or get a $179 a month lease for 48 months on the incredible 04 Corolla with just $999 due at signing. Hurry! See your Toyota dealer today. Special APRs for qualified Tier 1 and Tier 2 credit customers only. Vehicles must be purchased or leased from dealer stock by midnight, 8403. Corolla lease on approved credit. Lessee pays 15 cents per mile for all mileage over 12,000 miles per year, plus tax and license.
We make it easy, easy on you.
For details and disclosures, call 1-888-MY-TOYOTA. Get the feeling. Toyota.
Jenna, will you take me to the airport? Sorry, I can't, but try calling AV Airport Express. They make 7 trips daily to LAX. There's no parking fees, no fuel costs, and curb-to-curb service. AV Airport Express is locally owned and operated with the best low-cost rates to LAX. You know, relax to lax. Oh, yeah. It's smarter to charter with Antelope Express, too. They've always got fun excursions for families, churches, and schools, and deluxe tour coaches for up to 58 passengers. Call them at 945-2LAX or log on to avairportexpress.com.
This is Doug Slade, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Bottom of the order due up in the second inning to face Scott Barber. Corbeil, Rodriguez, and Kimpton in a 1-1 ball game. 3 hits for Rancho, 1 very big one for the JetHawks. The home run by Jaime Jones. Pitch to Azarius Corbeil is a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Corbeil, 11 hits in his last 26 at-bats. Did not play in the game last night. The 0-1, swinging a looper down the right field line. This could be trouble. Jones is in, can't get to it. Now does on a couple of bounces, and that falls in for a bloop single. Corbeil delivers the first hit tonight, not on a 1-2 count. Just a short fly ball to right field, and the Quakes have 4 hits already. Now Javi Rodriguez. Quakes had 16 hits in the ball game last night. The pitch is bunted, but in the air, back to the screen for strike 1. Rodriguez trying to drag one along the first base line. Most hits in a game this year for the Quakes is 18. They did that on the 16th of May against High Desert. In the game, they also scored 18 runs. The 0-1. We're going to fly ball down the right field line. Jones drifting back. He's coming close to the warning track in front of the wall. He drops it. Had to battle the sun. Up to second is Corbeil. He will make it to third with a slide. It'll be an error on Jones. Rodriguez stops at first. Jones had a long way to go, but he got there. And just had the ball hit off the heel of his glove. I think he had some issues with the sun at the very last moment. So just like the first inning, here in the second, the Quakes have runners at the corners with nobody out. Left-handed hitting Nick Kimpton will step in. Kimpton, an RBI single among 4 at-bats in the game last night. Barber again is in the soup. Rodriguez takes off from first as the pitch is fouled to the screen. 0-1. I know it's still early in the ball game, but you look up at the line score for the JetHawks: 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. It all belongs to the same guy, Jaime Jones. Barber trying to bail out his teammate. For the 0-1, a spin and a throw to first. Rodriguez back to the bag. Rodriguez, since joining the club not that long ago from extended spring training, has no stolen bases. He's been caught 3 times. Does not go. And the pitch is bounced foul at home plate to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. So if you're Scott Barber, you've got to be thinking strikeout here. Ugla will back up a couple of steps at third base. Up the middle, Richard Santos at double play depth. And the third to first move. No one's full. Corbeil and Rodriguez both retreating. All of a sudden, in the last 10-15 minutes or so, the wind has picked up. What a shot. And Rodriguez just got picked off of first. Nichols runs him towards second, flips to Santos, who applies the tag. Santos actually tumbling over Rodriguez. Corbeil holds his ground at third. But Barber, pretty good move. Picked off Rodriguez, who I think might have been running on the pitch. 1-3-6 on the pickoff. 1 out now. Corbeil still at third, and a no-ball, 2-strike count to Kimpton. The pitch. Swinging another tapper back behind home plate to the screen. Well, if you're Barber, you're really thinking strikeout now. This pickoff could potentially change the entire complexity of the inning. The pitch. Swinging a broken bat, 1 hopper to Santos. This will get the run in. Santos flips to first. Kimpton's retired. But Corbeil scores, and it's a 2-1 Quakes lead. Base is empty with 2 away, and Tommy Murphy will be the hitter. Well, each time the leadoff man has reached with a base hit for the Quakes, and each time that man has scored. Murphy did that with a double in the first inning. Barber delivers and misses up and in with a fastball. With that double, Murphy now has 103 hits on the season. Tied for 4th in the league entering play tonight. It's a ground ball towards Santos. Up the middle. Santos picks it up, puts to first, and that'll do it. 6-3 on the putout. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left. We've played an inning and a half. It's 2-1 Quakes on KJUL 1380.
Coors Light presents Dear Coors Light, a continuing forum on the subject of cold. Today's letter is from a Mr. Chris Duffy of Atlanta, Georgia. Chris writes,
Dear Coors Light, my roommates and I have always wondered if we unplugged the refrigerator and stuck a frosty 12-pack of Coors Light in there, would the beer keep the pickles and mustard cool? Well, guess what? It does. We even found that on the odd occasion we have vegetables in the fridge, they stay crisper, longer. But most importantly, with Coors Light, we've noticed a big difference in our electric bill.
Well, Chris, we've always thought of Coors Light as an innovative beer. But what a delight to hear that it has spurred even further newfangled thinking. Yes, Chris, you're on to something. So how's this for a new slogan? Coors Light, frost-brewed refreshment and friend of the fridge. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Coors Light is frost-brewed to capture a cold, refreshing taste. Pick up Coors Light whenever you buy beer and tap the Rockies.
For more than 83 years, McMahon's Furniture Stores have been serving the West. At McMahon's, you'll find a store full of famous name brands. Lazy Boy, Berkline, Simmons, Serta, and Spring Air, RCA, Toshiba, Sharp, Pioneer, and JVC, Frigidaire, and Maytag, all at guaranteed low prices. Even your satisfaction is guaranteed. Like it or return it within 30 days. Important reasons to make McMahon's your first stop for home furnishings. McMahon's Furniture Store, 10th Street West at Avenue K4 in Lancaster.
This is Jason Bolger, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Home half of the second inning, 2-1 Quakes. Irvin Santana to face Santos, Garthwaite, and Uglin. 5 through 7 hitters in the JetHawks lineup. Santos hitting .290 on the year, 8 home runs, and 48 batted in. He has hit, surprisingly enough, 7 of those home runs on the road. Although it's not that surprising when you consider that 5 of those 7 were hit in high desert. Swings at the first pitch and lines it into left field for a base hit. Off the end of the bat, but Santos pulled it. And the JetHawks have the leadoff man aboard. Brings up Jake Garthwaite, the center fielder.
Number 38, Jake Garthwaite.
Garthwaite, a double in 4 at bats last night. Hitting .303 on the season, 14 home runs, 42 batted in. Infield now in shadow. And streaking shadows out in the outfield. Outfield plays it, by the way, straight away. The pitch. High fastball, check swing. Garthwaite holds up, 1-0. Santana, a book on him, at least from what the JetHawks have seen, and they've seen quite a bit of him. 3 previous starts, is that first time through the order, he's pretty dominating, but doesn't make a whole lot of adjustments the second time through. 1-0. Inside fastball taken by Garthwaite. 2 balls and no strikes. JetHawks have actually had some success against him. They've scored 9 runs against him in the 3 starts, although 3 of those runs are unearned. Long pause. Now the 2-0. He's down and outside. 3 balls and no strikes. And Santana has no decisions against the JetHawks this year, although 2 of those 3 games, at one point he had a lead of at least 3 runs. The pitch. That's inside for ball 4. First 2 men are aboard in the home half of the second. Santos at second, Garthwaite at first. And here's the third baseman, Dan Ugla. 11th of May, Santana had a 5-1 lead at one point. That lead was blown, and the Quakes ended up losing that game 8-7. And on May 27th, had a 3-0 lead, blew that. Quakes did hang on to win that one 4-3. Santana look at second, the pitch to Ugla. He squares, drops a bunt third base side, but it rolls foul. Might be somewhat interesting that Ugla is bunting here, because this season Ugla has tripled and homered against Santana. Other side of the coin is that Ugla has just 3 hits in his last 24 at-bats. That in the month of July. Now the 0-1. Ugla squares again and bunts right through it for strike 2. Ugla unsuccessful in the first 2 attempts as he looks down to acting manager Damon Mayshore in the coach's box. See if the sacrifice is left on or the more likely scenario taken off, and Ugla swinging away. The pitch. Check swing on the slider. And Ugla goes around for strike 3. Well, not much fun there for Ugla. First of all, unable to get the bunt down, and then a check swing. He's disposed of on 3 pitches. Third strikeout for Santana, 1 away. And the catcher, Mike DeRosa, stands in. DeRosa, 2 homers, 17 RBIs, going along with a .221 batting average. The pitch. Inside. DeRosa turns the shoulder, and it's 1-0. DeRosa, so far this year against the Quakes, is 0 for 10. Not just 0 for 10, but 0 for 10 with 8 strikeouts. The 1-0. Swinging a pop-up back behind home plate. Mathis discards the mask, and he makes the catch. So Dero unable to get it done as he fouls out to his counterpart. 2 away. Santos still at second, likewise Garthwaite at first. And here's the designated hitter, Travis McAndrews. McAndrews, chance to bail out the JetHawks here after getting runners at first and second, nobody out. They remain there with 2 down. This is the first game that McAndrews has started as the JetHawks DH. The pitch is inside for ball 1. Average for McAndrews, an even 200. 7 hits and 35 at bats. Has 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. The 1-0. Bounding ball right side. Off the chest of Corbeil, and he can't hang on to it. Bobbles it. Everybody's safe. That'll be an error. And the JetHawks load the bases. Each team has now committed an error. This one charged to the first baseman is Arias Corbeil. And now the top of the order, Mike Thiessen stands in. Chance to either tie it up or give the JetHawks a lead. Thiessen struck out on 3 pitches in the first inning. Santana continues from the stretch, and the slider is high and inside. Corbeil on that ground ball shifting over. Did the right thing, got in front of it. Ball heading off of his chest, but once it hit the ground, he had a heck of a time trying to pick it up. 1-0 pitch. Check swing on the slider. And Thiessen holds up. 2 balls and no strikes. Thiessen working the count this time. And is in the driver's seat. Santana says yes and brings the hands together. Here it is. Swinging a drive to left field. Elward's going back at the warning track, reaches up, can't get it. Off the base of the fence. Santos scores. Garthwaite scores. McAndrews stops at third. It's a double for Thiessen, and the JetHawks lead it 3-2. Mike Thiessen continues his hot hitting. With that double, he extends his hitting streak to 12 games. And after it looked like the JetHawks might not score in the inning, Thiessen comes up with a 2-run double. Runners at second and third for Richard. Fly to left his first time. And the pitch. Swinging a drive to left center field. That is down for a base hit. McAndrews will score. Thiessen right behind him. Danny Richard, a 2-run single. 4 runs altogether in the span of 2 pitches. And the JetHawks have a 5-2 lead. And right now, how big is that error by Azarius Corbeil? That makes all 4 runs in the inning unearned. JetHawks with 5 runs already exceeding last night's total. And here's the guy that drove home the first run, Jaime Jones, with a home run in the first inning. The pitch. Fastball, strike on the outside. And after that error, Thiessen worked the count, 2-0, doubled to left field. And then on the very next pitch, Richard singled to left center field. Just like that, a 2-1 deficit became a 5-2 lead. The pitch. Swinging a drive to right center field. Kimpton's cutting over. He will get there. Reaches up to make the one-handed grab, and that'll do it. 1 runner left, but the JetHawks score 4 runs on 3 hits. 1 very costly error. 1 runner left, and through 2 innings, the JetHawks are on top 5-2 on KJUL 1380.
Discover the treasures of apartment living at Amargosa Creek, a community with a richly active lifestyle, perfectly manicured lawns surrounded by flowering foliage, and an excellent location, convenient to a variety of shopping centers and major thoroughfares. They offer washer and dryer connections in all homes, a 24-hour fitness facility, sparkling pool and spa, barbecue, picnic and playground picnic area, and an online rent payment option. Get more out of life by living at Amargosa Creek, where you're sure to find an apartment home of your very own to treasure. Call today, 945-5997 for Amargosa Creek Apartments.
In the high desert, you spell more, A-V-F-O-R-D. The High Desert's more megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Antelope Valley Ford has more selection, more trucks, more SUVs, more cars, more new and used vehicles than you can believe. AV Ford saves you more money with more deals, saves you more time being moored in the Lancaster Auto Mall. AV Ford saves you more hassles by delivering more service. Antelope Valley Ford, what more could you want? What more can we say? If you're shopping for a truck that does more, an SUV that packs more, or a car that performs more, shop Ford's More Megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Shop and buy from Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore. More discounts, more selection, more styles, more colors. Need more? Want more? Get more at Antelope Valley Ford. AV Ford means more, delivers more, is more. So your choice is more. Or less. Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore in the Lancaster Auto Mall. Real people helping real people.
You can hear Lancaster JetHawks baseball on the World Wide Web at jethawks.com or KJUL1380.com. Audio streaming provided by QNet, exceeding your expectations.
First pitch to Justin Turner in the third is dumped into shallow center field. That's a base hit. So Turner is 2 for 2. But Scott Barber working with a 3-run lead. JetHawks coming up with 4 runs in the bottom of the second inning. 5-2 is our score. And in stands the catcher, Jeff Mathis. Picked up an RBI with a fielder's choice in the first inning. And each team has scored in each of the first 2 innings. Fastball misses inside for ball 1. Mathis now with an even 50 RBIs on the season. Barber, as he spent a lot of time doing tonight, working from the stretch. Overhand fastball is a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Well, how quickly the tide can turn, which is what happened in favor of the JetHawks in the bottom of the second inning. Swinging a liner off the end of the bat, foul into the seats behind the JetHawks dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mathis a gaze down the third base line to his manager, Bobby Meacham. Short lead at first for Turner. And the pitch. We're going to drive to right to left center field. Drifting back is Garthwaite, and that is gone. Jeff Mathis has hit his 3rd home run of the series. 2-run blast, his 11th of the season, and the lead for the JetHawks has been cut to 1. leads for the JetHawks have been few and far between the last couple of weeks, and when the JetHawks do get one, it seems like they don't really know what to do with it except give it back. Now McPherson and the pitch. Up and in for ball one. Barber into the windup, kicks the front leg, and the pitch is driven to left field. Thiessen over now, drifting back shy of the warning track, makes the catch in front of the 385 side, and that is the first out of the inning. McPherson now 0 for 2, jogs back to the dugout, and Mike Elward will step in.
Number 27, Mike Elward.
Elward a double the first time. Already his third double of the series. All three of his hits in this series are doubles. Strike one, called on the outside corner. Elward has also hit two of those three doubles with no one on base as he swings and foul tips one at home plate. Barber gets ahead, 0-2. Center field. Garthwaite shading the right center gap, and the pitch. Breaking ball, chopped up a home plate left side. Uglett charges on the run. He hooks the first, and the out is recorded. 2 down. Now the right fielder, Jason Esposito. Ended the first inning by popping to Uglett at third. Lights now beginning to take effect on the infield. The pitch outside for ball one. Well, we've had a total of 5 half innings in the top of the third, and each team has scored in each of their half innings. Next pitch is inside and clips Esposito on the elbow. They will trot down to first as Barber hits him. The sixth batter that Barber has hit this season. Talking about both teams scoring in each half inning. The Quakes, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. JetHawks, 1 in the first and 4 in the second. Already 9 runs on the scoreboard. There's a broken bat roll to the right side. Nichols is up with it. Takes it to the bag himself as the barrel ends up on the infield dirt between first and second. The inning is over, but Jeff Mathis does it again with his third home run of the series. 2-run shot to left center, and it's a 5-4 ball game. JetHawks with the lead. Bottom of the third, coming up on KJUL 1380.
Imagine what it feels like to be a hero every day. You can make a difference in the Coast Guard. Search and rescue, saving lives. You're answering the call. It's a job that matters, where you can do it all.
Join the Coast Guard or Coast Guard Reserve. Save lives, stop drugs, protect the environment. Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
Imagine what it feels like. You can do it all. The Coast Guard. Jobs that matter. The Coast Guard.
Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
There's nothing better than getting away from the daily stresses of life than by watching a JetHawks baseball game or hitting the road in a brand new Rexall motorhome. Did you know that Rexall builds 5 different brands of motorhomes right here in Lancaster? That's right. Rexall motorhomes have a wealth of features and loads of value. So if you're thinking about a new motorhome, be sure to check out the full line of products made right here at Rexall in Lancaster. When you're ready to buy a new Rexall, simply stop at La Mesa RV in Acton, located on the west side of Highway 14 off the Soledad Canyon exit. La Mesa RV has 7 locations in California and Arizona that sell and service every make of Rexall products. La Mesa's knowledgeable and caring sales team will help you find the Rexall that is just right for you. So make it a home run with the local team. Rexall, La Mesa RV, and the JetHawks.
This is Billy Biggs, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Kyle Nichols, the lone JetHawk not to hit in the second, will start off the third as time is called again, just as Santana was set to go into the motion. Nichols a strikeout victim, his first time up. Now Santana delivers and misses inside for ball 1. 9 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors up on the scoreboard already. We're only in the bottom of the third. The pitch, high fastball, 2 balls and no strikes. Nichols a double among his 2 hits in the game last night. The pitch, there's a strike called on the outside. Nichols now with 22 doubles on the season, go along with his 19 home runs. Tied for third in the league with 41 extra base hits. Next pitch is low and inside, 3-1. And now Nick can really look for something to drive. There it is. Upstairs for ball 4. Ball goes back to the screen. Mathis went to ask home plate umpire Art Stewart for new baseball, and Art said, "That's a live ball, son. You better go get it." So Nichols draws the leadoff walk. Second that Santana has allowed in the ball game. And Sergio Santos, who started the second inning with a single, will stand in. Nichols a very short lead at first as Corbillo holds him there. And the pitch. Another high fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. And Mathis is going to run out to the mound to settle his pitcher, as will the Quakes pitching coach Zeke Zimmerman. First running and now slowing things down, making the walk out to the mound. Well, one of those situations where the JetHawks have already been able to score 5 runs against a very good pitcher. Matter of fact, this is the first start all season that Santana has allowed as many as 5 runs, earned, unearned, or otherwise. But the lead is only 1. And now the pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Now Santana having difficulties, at least somewhat, finding the strike zone. Trip by Zimmerman a moment ago was rather brief. The pitch. Swinging and a foul tip at home plate. Santos a pretty good cut, but a little bit late on the fastball. 2-1. Outfield straight away and pretty deep, although Kimpton in a couple of steps in center field. There's the slider, bends off the outside corner. Santos on the check swing holds up. And so it's 3-1. Not only has Santana had control problems with walks, but control problems in falling behind in the count and having to come in like he did last inning with Mike Thiessen. 3-1. Pitch is popped up, first base side. Corbillo for a look, but that bounces on the concourse. Thiessen in the second inning doubled on a 2-0 pitch. That put the JetHawks in the lead. Now Santos with the count full at 3-2. Nichols at first base. Nobody out, bottom of the third. Nichols is running. The payoff is hit on the ground. Base hit left field. Nichols rounds the second base bag and will stop there as Elward gets it back to the infield. And the second consecutive inning had a leadoff hit and a walk, giving the JetHawks 2 men on with nobody out. Jake Garthwaite, who drew a walk his last time, will step in. And this is not the same Irvin Santana that the Quakes are used to seeing. As Zimmerman looks down to his bullpen, and I think he's going to get some activity going. JetHawks already 5 runs, 5 hits. The pitch. Reached for and popped up. Shallow right center. Turner is out. Espedo comes charging in. Makes the call on the grab. And that's the first out. Nichols returns to second. Likewise, Santos at first. One away for Dan Ugla, who struck out on 3 pitches in the second inning. That was with runners at first and second and no outs. This time, first and second and 1 out. Little different scenario, and Ugla hoping for a much different result. Santana comes set, looks at second, and steps off the rubber. Wants new signs from Mathis, the catcher. Right-hander begins to warm up in the Quakes bullpen. Now the pitch to Ugla is a fastball strike on the inside. Justin Griffith is the pitcher warming up in the Quakes bullpen. Pause. And the 0-1. Reached for, hit on the ground to third. Picked up by Rodriguez, goes to second for 1. Flip to first is too late and in the dirt. Santos is forced 5-4 at second base. Nichols goes to third, and Ugla's safe at first on the fielder's choice. 2 away with runners at the corners, and Mike DeRosa will be the hitter. Santana unable to get out of a 2-on, 2-out jam in the second. Try and do so here in the third. DeRosa fouled to Mathis in the second inning. And the pitch. Inside fastball, misses for ball 1. DeRosa is still looking for his first hit against Quakes pitching. He has walked once. I mentioned 0 for 10, now 0 for 11. The ground ball past the mound. Takes a funny hop off the shoulder of Turner, goes into center field. Nichols scores. Ugla's digging for third. He makes it without a throw. That'll be a base hit. Mike DeRosa, the 2-out RBI, and the JetHawks get another run. JetHawks have 6 runs in the game. All of them have been scored with 2 outs. Give DeRosa an RBI, his 18th of the season. Again, runners at first and third. A 6-4 ball game. Travis McAndrews will step in. McAndrews was the one who reached on that very crucial error by Azarias Corbeil in the second inning. Santana, another long stare at. And the pitch. Fastball at the knees, called strike 1. McAndrews, after reaching on that error, scored one of the 4 runs in that second inning. When he reached on the air, it loaded the bases. Now the pitch in the dirt, off speed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mike Thiessen waits on deck. JetHawks, just like the Quakes, have scored in each of the first 3 innings. The 1-1. Swinging a drive down the right field line, but that is hooking and foul. That pitch was up. I think it was a changeup, and McAndrews tomahawked it, but pulled it foul. 1-2 the count. McAndrews, now that he's had more than a handful of pro games under his belt, is starting to hit the ball with a little more authority. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on the breaking ball, and the inning is over. JetHawks do, however, score another run on 2 hits. The JetHawks lead 2, and we've got 3 and only 3 completed. JetHawks with a 6-4 lead on KJUL 1380.
Dear Marty, I find it hard to sleep since I broke your engagement off to my daughter. I hope you can forgive and forget. I was so insensitive about your mohawk and your tattoos and that bolt through your nose. And I've come to realize that not having a job and living under a bridge can be a good thing. It kind of goes with your owning a motorcycle. There's lots of fresh air and freedom. And sure, my daughter's only 18 and she wants to marry you instead of going to Harvard on a full scholarship. But what the heck? You can't learn everything about life from a book. I've come to realize, Marty, what an awful mistake I made by rejecting you. You do have my blessing to marry my daughter. And welcome to the family. Your future father-in-law. P.S. Congratulations on winning the lottery. Oh, and one more thing, Marty. Have you seen the new Ford Expeditions at Keep & Sons Ford? I've got friends there. Keep & Sons Ford. They have 2 locations on the Sierra Highway in Mojave and Rosamond. Keep & Sons Ford, a place to buy, even if you don't win the lottery. And if we don't see you today, we'll be here tomorrow.
The Antelope Valley Inn and Conference Center has just what you need for your next banquet or catered event. Their conference centers are some of the largest in the area, and their efficient and friendly staff is ready to help in planning your next event. Even if your gathering is off-site, the AV Inn's catering service provides a wide variety of top-quality selections. Stop by the AV Inn today on Sierra Highway between Avenues J and K, or call 948-4651 for the Antelope Valley Inn and Conference Center.
This is Eric Maha, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Javi Rodriguez leads off the 4th inning in an offensive-laden ball game. 10 runs already. Kimpton and Murphy to follow, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Scott Barber delivers and misses outside for ball 1. Rodriguez reached on an error in the 2nd and was eventually picked off. Swings and hits a looping liner into right field. That's down for a base hit. Charging is Jones to get it. A big turn by Rodriguez, but he will hold it first with a single. Well, plenty of offense to go around tonight. We've got 13 hits now. And with that single, the Quakes are now out hitting the JetHawks 7-6.
Number 14, Nick Kimpton.
Brings up Nick Kimpton, who drove in a run with a ground out in the 2nd. As I mentioned, each team has scored in each of the first 3 innings. Forget about 1, 2, 3 innings. How about scoreless innings? Barber spins and throws over to first. Ugla creeping in at 3rd. Barber delivers, and the pitch is fouled away left side. No balls and 1 strike. We're only in the 4th inning, and this ball game is already well over an hour old. Barber set, The pitch. Swinging a one-hopper to Nichols. Spins and throws to second for one. Santos the return throw. They turn the double play. 3-6-3, the Twin killing. And now the bases are empty. There's a novel concept. How about 2 outs on 1 play? Bases are empty. And the top of the order for Tommy Murphy. Murphy doubled in the first, grounded to short in the second. The pitch will flare, left center field, down for a hit. Up and over the head of Santos. So Murphy keeps the inning alive with a opposite field single.
Number 9,
Justin Turner will step in for the third time. Turner already has 2 hits. Singles in the first and third innings. He also scored in the third. Another left-handed hitter. Barber to set position, delivers. Check swing on the fastball. He goes around. Down and in. About mid-shin high off the inside part of the plate. 0-1. Murphy with speed over there at first has a modest lead. Is leaning but does not go. Another inside pitch is fouled at the screen behind home plate. 0-2. Murphy at first has 13 steals this year, but he's also been caught 9 times. He, like the majority of his teammates, not great base stealing percentage. And Murphy's just been picked off. Throw to Nichols. Now to Santos. Runs Murphy back to first. Back to Barber. He applies the tag, and the inning is over. Well, how about that? A scoreless inning. And another man picked off base for the Quakes. It'll go as a caught stealing to 2 hits, no runs in the inning. 6-4 JetHawks. We will head to the bottom of inning number 4 on KJUL 1380.
One of the most important things you can do to keep your cars and other vehicles running their best is to change the oil and filter regularly. Did you know that you haven't finished the job right until you've recycled that used oil and filter? You should never dump used oil on the ground, in storm drains, or in the garbage. The only safe way to dispose of that used oil and filter is by taking it to a friendly, convenient collection center. So this spring and summer, step up to the plate for the environment. To find an oil and oil filter collection center or a household hazardous waste collection center near you, call 1-800-CLEANUP. That number again, 1-800-CLEANUP. The JetHawks and the California Integrated Waste Management Board want to thank you for all of your recycling efforts. Working together, we can keep our community a great place to live, work, and play ball.
There's a reason why we're not called the pretty good pages, or the mostly helpful pages, or even the somewhat useful pages. It's because we're the Verizon Super Pages, with more comprehensive listings and more useful features than any other directories. And we're the directory found in more homes than any other single directory. You can even find us online, or on a handheld wireless device at superpages.com. See for yourself how we got our name. Super Pages and superpages.com. Better pages for better decisions.
You can hear Lancaster JetHawks baseball on the World Wide Web at jethawks.com or KJUL1380.com. Audio streaming provided by QNet, the Antelope Valley's leading internet service provider.
Out at a definite premium tonight. Move to the bottom of the 4th inning. 6-4 JetHawks. Mike Thiessen to start it off. Richard and Jones to follow. Thiessen gave the JetHawks their first lead of the night with a 2-out, 2-run double in the second inning. Extended his hitting streak to 12 games. Swings at the fastball, bounce it down the left field line. It's a fair ball into the glove of Rodriguez. Stopping at first after a wide turn is Thiessen, who's got his second hit of the night. Rodriguez at third lost his glove after reaching for that ball. 7th pitch for Lancaster, and Danny Richard will step in. Richard, 2-run single in the second inning. One pitch after Thiessen delivered his 2-run double. Santana back to working from the stretch. Spins and throws to first as Thiessen dives back in safely. Santana has been working quickly, at times anyway, and at other times he has been absolute molasses. He comes set, and the pitch. Richard runs up the bunt, takes outside. 1-0 the count. Thought today that Dusty Baker, the Chicago Cubs manager, did not back down from comments he made on Monday. Comments he made about black and Latin players. The 1-0. Check swing. Richard holds up on a changeup. 2 balls and no strike. Baker making comments that black and Latin players were better suited to play in the heat than white players. Baker's saying that a lot of people don't know history and that people are taking it as reverse racism, but they can take it however they want. Fastball called strike on the outside corner. 2-1 to Richard. Today, Baker's saying, I meant what I said, try to be as honest as possible. As I said, that's how I feel, then that's how I feel. Thiessen bluffs does not go. Richard takes inside. Mathis a snap throw to first, too late. Thiessen diving back in. And Richard now in the driver's seat, 3-1, as Santana again falls behind in the count. Richard makes pretty good contact at home plate. Not a bad hit and run situation. Thiessen's running. The pitch is outside for ball 4. That's one of the reasons why it's such a good hit and run situation, because if the pitcher misses the strike zone, it's ball 4. First and second, nobody out. The third straight inning, we've been able to say that about the JetHawks. And in steps the right fielder, Jaime Jones. In case you hadn't heard the comments that Baker had made, he said that we, meaning African Americans, were brought over here for the heat. Isn't that history? The pitch is low to Jones for ball 1. Also said your skin color is more conducive to heat than it is to the lighter skinned people. He said, I don't see brothers running around burnt. What I do see is the pitching coach, Zeke Zimmerman, out to the mound for a second time to talk with Santana, as again the Quakes bullpen starts to heat up. In reference with these comments made by Dusty Baker, what prompted this line of questioning, I have absolutely no idea. But I think even though Baker, and I've actually had a chance to talk with Dusty on several different occasions, while he hasn't retracted them at all, I'm sure he would like this issue to at least slip away quickly and quietly. Jones awaits the 1-0, and it's a fastball low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. And Santana is all over the place. Already down 2 runs. Gave up 1 in the first, 4 in the second. All of those are unearned. Gave up another 1 in the third. The pitch. Ripped to right field. Cutting over Suspito. Will not get there. Gets by him. Goes all the way to the wall. Thiessen rounds third. Will score. Richard's right behind him. The throw to the plate is high and late. Jones with a 2-run double. And it's an 8-4 JetHawk lead. Jaime Jones continues his offensive onslaught, the 4th consecutive game. He's had 2 or more hits. And as Kyle Nichols makes his way to the plate, Bobby Meacham will come out of the dugout, and that's going to be all for Irvin Santana. No magic for Santana tonight as he can't even get out of the fourth inning. So we'll step away for 60 seconds. The JetHawks have an 8-4 lead on KJUL 1380.
Fellow success seekers, today's message is a simple one. If you want to maximize your dreams and realize the full potential of your life, I am here to tell you that there is just one thing you have to do. Think like a can. Because a can be anything. It just has to be recycled. And once it is, a can possesses that one thing you desire, infinite promise. Just think of all the things a can be. A picnic table, a window frame, or playground equipment. It can be that many things and more, and so can you. Because, my friends, to think like a can is to think I can. All you have to do is wake up every morning, stand before the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, you can.
Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. Brought to you by the California Department of Conservation.
This is Jay Garthwaite, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Shortest outing of the year for Irvin Santana. Goes just 3+ innings. The first start all season. He failed to pitch at least 5 innings. Was touched for 8 hits and 8 runs. And he will give way to the right-hander Justin Griffith. Griffith, 1-1 record, 5.01 ERA. Also has 2 saves on the season, making his 21st appearance. Giving up 38 hits and 32 1/3 innings. 9 walks and 15 strikeouts over that time. Griffith also pitched 4 times this year against the JetHawks. No record in a ERA and even 4. Nichols steps in. He has walked and struck out so far tonight. Scored a run in the 3rd inning after leading off with that walk. Griffith checks second to pitch. His last foul out of play down the right side. Runner at second is Jaime Jones, who doubled in a pair of runs to chase Santana from the ballgame. Now the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball popped up on the infield. Murphy over by the second base bag, practically on top of the second base bag, makes the catch. That's the first out of the inning. Jones remains at second, and Sergio Santos has already got 2 hits tonight. Will step in. Santos, leadoff single in the 2nd, scored. 1-out single in the 3rd. Cheating in is Turner at 2nd, and Griffith will step off the rubber. 8-4 JetHawks. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch. Fastball misses outside. A bluff by Mathis towards second, but he holds on to the baseball. It was amazing. Santana had been so good in his previous 3 starts, had only allowed 3 hits over that time. Next pitch is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Tonight he allows 8 runs. The 8 runs, albeit not all of them are earned, are 1 more than he had given up in his previous 7 starts combined. Fastballs and strikes. Snap throw back to second, and Turner can't hold on to the ball. Had he been able to, Jones might have been out. Count to Santos is 2-1. Jones, however, able to scamper back to the bag. I think he may have deflected that ball before Turner was able to get a glove on it. Now the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball is fouled straight back behind home plate. Evens the count at 2-2. Tell you what, they're getting closer. They haven't found me yet. Turner at second, now playing way up towards the middle. Only about 10 feet or so away from the second base bag. Peels away, and the pitch is a changeup that dips low. Full count. One away, bottom of the fourth. Runner at second is Jones. 8-4 JetHawks. Griffith on for the departed Irvin Santana. And the pitch. Breaking ball. Fouled away again behind home plate. Griffith made one of his 2 starts against Lancaster. That was on the 26th of May. Didn't pitch very long, 3 2/3. 6 hits and 2 earned runs. Part of that 4-game sweep against the JetHawks in May. There's a ground ball hit to the left side. Charging is Murphy. Backhand on the run, throws to first. Santos is retired, while Jones remains at second. 2 away. And here's the center fielder, Jake Garthwaite. Got some scores around the California League. Lake Elsinore lost yesterday by 6 runs to Bakersfield. And the 6th inning tonight, they're already trailing by 7 runs. It's 7-0, and the Storm are at home. All of a sudden, the Blaze coming up with some serious offensive numbers. Also in the 6th, Inland Empire shutting out High Desert at home, 3-0. 3-2 San Jose over Visalia in the 5th. The pitch, high chopper off the home plate. Murphy gets it on the bounce, throws to first, and the inning is over. JetHawks, however, scored 2 more runs on 2 hits. No errors, they leave 1. And after 4, they have chased the Cal League's best pitcher and have an 8-4 lead. We head to the 5th on KJUL 1380.
How do you make your get-together more fun? Just ask Farmer John.
In my family, nothing's more fun than great tasting food. And nothing tastes better than a good, honest Farmer John hot dog. Our wieners and beef franks are made from only the finest pork and beef. Nothing added to spoil their smoked, rich Western flavor. And they're great in all your favorite recipes. So if you're looking for fun, remember, it's not a party without Farmer John.
Southern California's favorite for over 70 years because
nothing makes a meal like Farmer John.
Fellow success seekers, today's message is a simple one. If you want to maximize your dreams and realize the full potential of your life, I am here to tell you that there is just one thing you have to do. Think like a can. Because a can be anything. It just has to be recycled. And once it is, a can possesses that one thing you desire, infinite promise. Just think of all the things a can be. A picnic table, a window frame, or playground equipment. It can be that many things and more, and so can you. Because, my friends, to think like a can is to think I can. All you have to do is wake up every morning, stand before the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, you can.
Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. Brought to you by the California Department of Conservation.
This is Josh Kroger, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Well, Scott Barber, who earlier had a 3-run lead to work with, now has a 4-run lead to work with. He'll work to the 2-3-4 hitters for the Quakes, Justin Turner, Jeff Mathis, and Dallas McPherson. One other score we can pass your way from around the California League. In Modesto, the A's leading Stockton 2-0 in the 5th inning. So as you can tell, the other 4 games much further along than this one, as we just now begin the 5th. Turner 2 for 2, singles in the 1st and 3rd. The pitch. Fastball hit high and deep to right center field. Jones is back near the 385 sign, and that ball is out of here. Over the 385 side, Justin Turner with his 4th home run of the season. And again, the Quakes cut into the lead. Justin Turner, who entered the game with just 2 hits in his previous 16 at-bats, is 3 for 3 tonight. Now the catcher, Jeff Mathis. He's got 3 RBIs already tonight, including a 2-run home run his last time in the 3rd. Barber delivers and misses high and inside for ball 1. Mathis, not only 3 RBIs tonight, but 7 in the series. Breaking ball misses outside, 2-0. Mathis has also got 3 home runs. Barber falls behind, and the pitch. Swinging and a miss. There's the slider. Bottom fell out of it. Count goes to 2-1. Mathis, the open stance from the right side, and the pitch. Hit on the line, into the hole between short and third. That's a base hit. Mathis rounds first and stops there as Scott Barber continues to labor tonight. He has not been able to get outs with any kind of consistency. Even the one scoreless inning he worked, which was the 4th inning, he did give up 2 hits. And that'll get the JetHawks bullpen stirring. Mike DeRosa is out to talk with Barber, who hadn't exactly been lights out in his previous 2 outings either. In addition to giving up 9 earned runs and 2 2/3 against San Jose, the start before that on the 28th of June against Inland Empire. He pitched 5 innings and gave up 5 earned runs. And he's been touched for 5 runs again tonight. From the stretch, he works to Dallas McPherson, and the first pitch is a called strike on the inside. Cliff McMacken, the left-hander, throwing in the JetHawks pen. And warming up very quickly. The 0-1 inside. Breaking ball from Barber. 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield pretty much straight away. And the pitch. Swinging a long fly ball, right field, forget it. Over the net, way into the night. A 2-run home run for Dallas McPherson, and it's 8-7. Scott Barber, again, bit by the home run bug. This is the 2nd consecutive start. He has given up 3. And Cliff McMacken cannot warm up in the JetHawks bullpen fast enough, as Mel Stottlemyre will make yet another trip out of the dugout. Hey, don't forget, while you're here at the ballpark, don't forget to look in your JetHawks program for great deals on mattresses. For mattresses for less. That's right, mattresses for less. Guaranteed lowest prices, guaranteed. Also, the JetHawks and the California Integrated Waste Management Board remind you to step up to the plate for the environment and recycle your used motor oil and filters. It's easy. Just call 1-800-CLEANUP for a collection center nearest you. 2 home runs in the inning, 3 in the game for Rancho. And this is the 3rd inning already of the series, where the Quakes have hit 2 home runs. Hit 2 in the 7th and 8th innings last night, 2 in the 5th tonight. Now Mike Elward looks at a breaking ball low, 1-0. Elward has doubled and grounded to third. Almost have to ask the question, who wants this game? The pitch. There's a strike on the inside. Rancho, single runs in each of the first 2 innings. 2 in the 3rd, now 3 in the 5th. Line drive right to Ugler, who picks it off the shoot tops at third. And that is the first out of the inning. Barber didn't exactly fool Elward that time either. Now the right fielder, Jason Espedo, has been hit by a pitch and popped to third. Barber kicks the front leg, delivers, and the off speed misses down and away. Quakes with 11 hits in the game through 4 1/3 innings. Swinging a pop up. Ugla's underneath it along the third base line in fair territory. He makes the grab, 2 away. So Espedo pops to Ugla for the second time. 2 down with the bases empty for the first baseman, Azarius Corbeil.
Number 19, Azarius Corbeil.
Last night we had 7 home runs hit in the ball game. We've had 4 tonight. 11 home runs in 2 games. 8 of them hit by the Quakes. High changeup, way even a miss by Corbeil. Could have swung at that ball twice. It's 0-1. Barber comes back and misses low this time. 1 ball and 1 strike. Javi Rodriguez waits on deck. Should Corbeil reach. Swinging a pop-up, third base side. Ugla's over for a look, but nothing more as it lands well out of play. 1-2. Barber, in giving up the 3 home runs, has now allowed 17 this year, which for the moment ties him with Rancho's Dan Mazingo for the league lead. Swinging a foul, that one off the mask of Art Stewart, the home plate umpire. He's okay. Remains 1-2. On account of the 3 home runs tonight in the last 3 home games for the JetHawks, they have allowed 12 home runs. 1-2. Way even a miss. That's strike 3 in the dirt. And not in the dirt is it's ruled that DeRosa caught it just above the ground. That's out number 3, but the Quakes charge back, make it a 1-run game with 3 runs, including 2 home runs. Turner and McPherson. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning, 8-7 JetHawks on KJUL 1380.
Baseball season is here, and the JetHawks are back in action at the hangar. Check out the future stars of the Arizona Diamondbacks and join in on these upcoming promotions.
Friday, July 11th, the JetHawks will be home to host the Inland Empire 66ers. The first 1,500 fans will receive a sports bottle courtesy of the Palmdale Water District. Saturday, July 12th, the first 1,000 fans will receive a Jose Cruz Jr. bobblehead.
For more information on these events or for tickets, call the JetHawks at 726-5400 or go online at jethawks.com. It's Lancaster JetHawks baseball.
Good news, JetHawks fans. First City Credit Union is now open to everyone in the Antelope Valley. That means you and your family and friends can enjoy the benefits of belonging to a credit union, including great loan and saving rates, cost-free checking, and friendly personalized service. Mortgages and home equity lines, too. To open your account, visit their branch at the corner of Avenue J and Lowtree or call 1-800-944-2200. Ask how you can lower your payments by refinancing your car loan at First City. That's 1-800-944-2200. First City Credit Union, providing quality service since 1937. Deposits federally insured.
The Antelope Valley Inn and Conference Center has just what you need for your next banquet or catered event. Their conference centers are some of the largest in the area, and their efficient and friendly staff is ready to help in planning your next event. Even if your gathering is off-site, the AV Inn's catering service provides a wide variety of top-quality selections. Stop by the AV Inn today on Sierra Highway between Avenues J and K, or call 948-4651 for the Antelope Valley Inn and Conference Center.
The Lancaster JetHawks play here on your home for America's greatest music. KJUL 1380.
Home half of the 5th inning, 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for Rancho, who is trailing the JetHawks 8 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error as well. Here's Dan Ugla. Dustin Griffith into the lineup, and the first pitch is lined to short. looping liner, backhanded by Murphy. And there is one away. Uggla's 0 for 3. And in stands the catcher, Mike DeRosa. Get you some scores from the big league. First of all, the parent club, Arizona, right now in the 8th inning, leading San Diego 8-1. 4 home runs for the D-backs in that ball game. As Griffith misses high, 1-0. Finley has hit his 15th. Gonzalez is 18. Number 3 for Craig Counsell, and Shea Hillenbrand his 9th. DeRosa slings and misses, and it's even at 1-1. Diamondbacks entering play tonight in second place, 5 back of San Francisco, who right now is losing their ball game. The pitch. There's a breaking ball, strike 2 in the outside corner. Colorado at Coors Field leading the Giants 9-7. They're in the top of the 8th inning. Barry Bonds has hit his 27th home run. Jesse Foppert starting that game for the Giants didn't last very long. Check swing, the pitch is in the dirt, and DeRosa goes around for strike 3. On the appeal, Jeffrey Ladders, the base umpire, rung up the right arm, and there are 2 away. Since entering the ball game, Dustin Griffith has retired all 5 hitters to his base. 2 away for Travis McAndrews, who has reached on an error and struck out so far. The pitch. Swinging a line drive, base hit to right field. McAndrews got a pitch up and didn't waste it, ripped it to right field, his first hit of the night. Number 9 for the JetHawks. And the lineup will turn over as Mike Beason will step in for the 4th time. What about Jesse Foppert? He had a very Irvin Santana-esque outing tonight as well. Foppert for the Giants, 2 2/3, 5 hits, 8 runs. 4 of those were earned. Young Giants starting pitcher. Not having much look at Coors Field tonight. Mike Beason waves at a breaking ball and misses for strike 1. Also in the National League, Houston pounded Cincinnati today, 12-2. 4 home runs for the Astros, who scored 6 runs in the first inning of that ball game. Milwaukee took 12 innings to beat Pittsburgh 2-1. Pitch is outside, throw back to first, close play, but McAndrews gets the hand in there under Corbeil's tag. 1-1 to Thiessen. Dodgers have won their ball game 6-5 against St. Louis. 5-run 4th for the Dodgers. Kaz Ishii, his 8th win of the season. David Ross, his 5th home run. And save number 31 for Eric Gagne. The 1-1. Breaking ball is high and inside. Kevin Millwood picked up his 10th win as Philadelphia beat Montreal 2-0. Tomo Oka, the loss for the Expos. He had a no-hitter through 6 innings in that game. Each team with 3 hits. Philly's getting 2 in the 7th. We're going to pop up. This is over the screen behind home plate. And the count evens at 2-2. Cubs behind Kerry Wood defeated Florida 5-1. Sammy Sosa, his 15th homer. And Atlanta beat Tom Glavine and the Mets 6-3. Glavine blasting the Questec system after the game today. Runner goes, pitch is waved in and missed for strike 3. Thiessen strikes out for the 2nd time. 1 hit and 1 runner left for the JetHawks as we have completed 5 innings. Lancaster on top 8-7 on KJUL 1380.
McDonald's presents That's Bizarre. And now, the 6 o'clock news on Helium.
Outside Athens today, archaeologists This uncovered what appears to be a 40,000-year-old thigh bone of the Paleolithic mastodon. And a related story?
That's Bizarre is brought to you by new McGriddle's breakfast sandwiches. Savory sausage or bacon with eggs and cheese. And here's the bizarre part. Sandwiched between two warm griddle cakes with a taste of maple syrup baked right in. Why didn't somebody think of this before? New McGriddles. Bizarre, but yummy.
At participating McDonald's.
It's time to get that smile you've always wanted, and Dr. Tire can help. Dr. Tire Orthodontics offers top-quality treatment for children and adults in a comforting environment. You can choose from traditional or tooth-colored braces, or the new Invisalign technology, the braceless way to a perfect smile. Dr. Tire's staff has an average of 10 years' experience in the orthodontic field and are all licensed registered dental assistants. Stop by today at 1629 West Avenue J, Suite 108, or call for an appointment, 949-2290. Dr. Tire Orthodontics, for the perfect smile.
America's greatest music and the Lancaster JetHawks play here on KWJL, Lancaster Palmdale. Hey Jewel, 1380, a High Desert Broadcasting Company station.
This is Dan Uglin. You're listening to JetHawks Baseball on K-Jewel, 1380.
Well, both starters are now out of the ball game. As puts McMacken come on to do the pitching in the top of the sixth inning. McMacken, 3-1 record, very good ERA at 2.65. This will be his 19th appearance of the season. McMacken has pitched in 2 games against Rancho. Now it's only totaled up to an inning and a third. Has allowed 2 hits and 2 earned runs. Scott Barber, 5 very rocky innings, allows 11 hits and 7 runs. 6 of those are earned. And he gives up 3 home runs for the second consecutive start. So McMacken, who has really established himself as the cream of the crop as far as the JetHawks bullpen has gone of late. 8-9-1 to face him. Rodriguez, Kimpton, and Murphy. Lefty rocks back on the rubber, and the pitch is a curveball that misses outside. Mackin again comes plateward. Another breaking ball. That one nips the outside corner. 1-1. Last outing for the lefty was on Saturday in San Jose. Gave up 2 unearned runs in 4 innings of work. Another breaking ball. Strike 2. This one on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Matter of fact, the last 3 outings from McMacken, he has pitched no fewer than 3 innings. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball chased and missed. That's strike 3. Rodriguez is out number 1. And here's the center fielder, Nick Kimpton.
Number 14, Nick Kimpton.
One thing McMacken has not done much of late is give up walks. He had been susceptible to that earlier on in the season, but he has rid himself of that habit. There's his curveball. Nips the outside corner to the left-handed hitting Kimpton. 0-1. He has also learned the value of the strikeout. Last 3 appearances has fanned 15. Next pitch misses, and it's even at 1-1. 15 strikeouts in 11 innings. The first batter he faces tonight, he strikes out. Curveball is high. 2 balls and 1 strike. And strikeouts for a guy who, quite frankly, doesn't throw all that hard. Comes just above sidearm and misses down and away. That's on a fastball. 3-1. The pitch is at the knees, called strike. Full count. 1 away. Bases empty. Top of the 6th. 8-7. JetHawks. Pitch. That's outside, ball 4. So Kimpton draws the 1-out walk.
Number 4, Tommy Murphy.
That is the first allowed by JetHawks pitching tonight. Scott Barber didn't walk anybody. And that is actually significant. You factor that JetHawks pitchers walked 8 last night and 9 on Sunday. Go to first. Chases Kimpton back to the bag. 17 walks from the previous 2 games. So far tonight, just 1 and 5 1/3. Another throw over to first. Close play, but safe is the call. Tommy Murphy taking all this in at home plate. Now batting from the right side. Was 2 for 3 against Barber. Single and a double. Now the pitch. Breaking ball. Sky down the right field line. A long run for Jones. This is slicing and is just foul. About 2 or 3 feet right next to the JetHawks bullpen. Count is 0-1. Murphy adjusts the batting helmet, gets back in there. And McMacken will throw to first again. We got some American League scores. First of all, Anaheim trailing Kansas City at home 3-2. They're in the 6th inning. Now the 0-1. Curveball stays outside. Baltimore in progress, leading Seattle 4-2 in the 6th inning. Tony Batista, the former Diamondback, has hit his 16th home run. Everything else in the American League is final. Fastball from McMacken is up and away. 2-1. Texas beat Minnesota 4-1. Alex Rodriguez, Mark Teixeira with home runs. Also Torrey Hunter, a solo shot in the 6th inning for the Twins. As McMacken throws to first another time. Boston got 4 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th. Coming back to beat Toronto 8-7. Young Kim the save. Manny Ramirez's 21st home run. There's a rip down the left field line. This is hooking and foul on the grass seating area. And that will even the count at 2-2. Kimpton back to first. Detroit got a win. That is news. They've won 2 in a row. Like in the movie Bull Durham, that's the winning streak. 4-2 beating the White Sox today. 2-2 pitch. Curveball just a bit high. That one froze Murphy. And he's lucky to still be up there. Jeremy Bonderman got the win today for the Tigers. White Sox just 3 hits in the game. Mackin comes set and throws over to first again. In the 6th inning with all of this offense and a full count. Good bet that Kimpton will be running here. Back in the set. Kimpton is not going. The pitch is up and away for ball 4. So McMacken walks consecutive hitters, 2 on with 1 away. Kimpton will move up to second base.
Number 9, Justin Turner.
And Justin Turner will step in. Turner already 3 hits in the ball game. Two singles and a home run his last time up in the 5th. DeRosa, another trip to the mound. 2 other finals in the American League. Yankees defeated Cleveland 6-2. David Wells recovering from that outing last weekend when he was touched for 7 home runs got the win today. He's 11-3. CC Sabathia the loss. 6-2 Yankees with the win. Called strike on the curveball to Justin Turner. 0-1. And Oakland defeated Tampa Bay 6-3. Ricardo the Rincon, the winner out of the bullpen. Keith Folk, his 23rd save. The 0-1, another breaking ball. Misses the inside corner. And the count is even. I saw today another incident at the Coliseum in Oakland where an 8-year-old boy was hit with an exploding cherry bomb during a game. Breaking ball misses high, 2-1. Another incident where fans in Oakland have been a bit unruly. You might remember earlier in the year, Carl Everett was hit with, of all things, a cell phone that was thrown from the upper deck. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a pop-up. This is out of play, left side. Well, the other day, a firecracker, cherry bomb as it's called, was thrown and landed on an 8-year-old boy. Was treated and released for burns. They did apprehend the perpetrator of that one. Actually wonder what in the heck is going on in Oakland. Before the 2-2 is spin off the mound by McMacken. Looks towards second, but no throw. Kimpton back to the bag. 2-2 to Turner. And the pitch. We're going to pop up. Foul territory, third base side. Ugla drifting over near the railing of the dugout. Makes the one-handed grab. That's a big out as Turner's retired for the first time tonight. Fouling to third. 2 down, and here's the catcher, Jeff Mathis. Mathis will have to wait a little while longer as Mel Stoudemire continues to wear a path between the mound and the bullpen, taking another trip out there. Back in his walk 2 tonight. This is coming on for Scott Barber, the onset of this inning. And the JetHawks trying to hang on. Have scored 8 runs tonight. That's good, but they have given up 7. That's not so good. And home plate umpire Art Stewart says enough is enough. He will go out to the mound and break up the conversation. Nothing doing in the JetHawks bullpen, so McMacken will be expected to stay out there for a while, just as he has done in his previous 3 outings, pitching 3 innings or more. Like to get McMacken, I would think, at least through the 8th, if not finish the 9th. But that's a long ways away as we're still in the top of the 6th inning. Mathis, 3 RBIs tonight, a couple of hits, including a home run. Both runners go. The pitch is a strike on the inside, no throw. And the double steal executed. Kimpton swiping third. And Murphy taking second. Kimpton leading the double steal, picks up his 13th bag of the year. For Murphy, it's number 14. The 0-1, another curveball, strike 2 on the outside corner. So Mathis down 2 strikes. Reeves still out to right center field. McMacken comes set. Here it is. Swinging a drive to center field. Garthwaite coming in, stops, now comes in again and makes the catch. 2 walks in the inning, but the Quakes strand 2 and, most importantly, do not score. Still an 8-7 JetHawk lead. We'll head to the Bottom of the sixth inning on KJUL 1380.
Whoever your sports heroes are, from local stars to national icons, they're yours for the keeping with Upper Deck Collectible. Upper Deck trading cards give you a front row seat to the best action in town. The biggest stars in baseball, basketball, football, hockey, and golf are captured in their finest moments and just for you in a timeless collectible. Upper Deck brings you closer by putting authentic player autographs on cards and even real pieces of equipment used and worn by players on their field of battle. It's a blend of authentic trading cards and the unforgettable brush with your heroes. Upper Deck, where sports fans own the moment.
I just can't believe it. The fire, it all happened so fast.
Are you okay? Do you need a place to stay?
All those memories.
The hotel is all set. Your rental car is on its way.
You don't know how much this means.
Everything's going to be all right.
The response to Farmers' exclusive Help Point service has been remarkable. The moment the unexpected happens, we're here for you 24/7. Farmers, get you back where you belong.
An equal housing opportunity insurer.
For insurance and financial planning, call local Farmers agent Steve Taylor at 942-6685.
Listen up, baseball fans. Where can you go to get a quality oil change done by service professionals at a great price and get a voucher good for 2 free tickets to a Lancaster JetHawks game? Goodyear, that's where. All season long, Goodyear dealers are offering 2 free tickets to see the JetHawks play, just for getting that oil change you need anyway. With tires as low as $18, quality brands like Goodyear and Dunlap, and complete automotive service, it's no wonder your Goodyear dealer is the place to go for all your automotive needs. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR for the dealer near you.
This is Francisco Trejo, and you listen to JetHawks Baseball in KJUL 1380.
7 JetHawks are in the home half of the sixth inning. 2, 3, and 4 to face Griffith, Richard, Jones, and Nichols. JetHawks have scored in every inning but the last one, the fifth inning. And all 8 runs charged to the starter, Urban Santana. Here's Richard. And a 2-run single in the second. Also walked and scored in the fourth inning. The player formerly known as Joandre Baroa. And the pitch. Runs up to bunt and takes inside 1-0. Richard, about a week or so ago, was moved up to the number 2 spot in the batting order, and since that time has done quite well. He's hitting well over 300. He swings and misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Putting his 3 at-bats tonight, has 21. I should say 2 official at-bats, has 20. And hitting second. Make it 21 as he hits a soft single into right field. So Richard picks up his second hit. Leadoff single in the 6th inning, and Jaime Jones will step in. Getting back to Richard, the number 2 spot in the batting order, 9 hits and 21 at bats. Works to a .428 average, so maybe the slick feeling infielder has found a spot in the batting order. Jones, 2 RBIs already tonight, 2 for 3. Takes a fastball well high, 1-0. Solo home run in the first. And a 2-run double in the fourth. 3 RBIs altogether and 5 in the series. 1-0. Wave and a miss. Bit out in front was Jaime. 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks down to Damon Mayshore. Relaying the information. Mayshore, short lead from first. And the 1-1 is down and in. Looked by Mathis to first, but he holds the ball. 2-1. Jaime Jones, another hitter's count, and there are times when hitters find grooves, and you can just see it when they're in the batter's box. They just look like that anything in the strike zone, they're going to hit and hit hard. Takes a strike on the outside corner, and it's even at 2-2. And for the most part, that's what Jones is looking like right now. including his 2 hits tonight, has 9 in his last 15 plate appearances. Richard's running. The pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Throw to second is high and late. So Jones is out number 1. Richard steals second. It's his 4th of the year. And Kyle Nichols will be the hitter. Nichols, hitless tonight, 2 official at-bats, has also walked and scored. He popped to short his last time in the 4th inning. Griffith staring in. This already his 3rd inning of work. And the pitch. Check swing. The slider is a called strike on the outside. Nichols with that pop out in the 4th inning is now 0 for his last 8 with runners in scoring position. Has a chance to break that streak here in the home half of the 6th inning. The 0-1 pitch. Another check swing. The slider misses outside. Very similar pitch to the previous one, but a different result. One ball and 1 strike. Griffith comes set. Look at second and the pitch. He is outside. 2-1. Outfield plays it straight away and deep. Turner positioning himself up towards the middle and fairly close to the second base bat. Now a fastball is down and outside. 3-1. Nichols can really look for something to drive here. Richard, a walking lead off of second. Griffith kicks and throws. Swinging a rip down the left field line. Hooking foul. Well, if you're Kyle Nichols, that's the way things of late have gone for you. Even when you hit the ball hard on a 3-1 count, you pull it about a foot or so foul, and while it's fun to scatter the guys down in the bullpen, there's really no discernible reason to do it. Full count now, 3-2. One away, Sergio Santos waiting on deck. Here's the pitch. Swinging a pop-up. Shallow left center. Murphy's drifting out. Elward coming on, but Murphy's underneath it, and he makes the grab. Nichols pops out again with men in scoring position. 2 away with Richard still at second. And Sergio Santos will step in. Well, you have to feel for Kyle, who, if anybody's aware of his lack of success in those types of situations, he is, and you can tell that he is pressing in those situations. Now Santos takes the first pitch down and away, backhanded in the dirt by Mathis. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, the Quakes bullpen heats up. Pitch is on the way. Fastball strike on the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. In the bullpen, Mark O'Sullivan is the one warming up. Jake Garthwaite on deck. The pitch. Off speed, strike 2 on the outside corner. So Santos behind in the count. Kenny Richard led off the inning with a single. Stole second when Tommy Jones struck out, and he is still there now with 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. Outside corner, strike 3. JetHawks leave a man in scoring position, and we have completed 6 innings. Lancaster still with an 8-7 lead on KJUL 1380.
California Dairy Distributors bring you Altadena Dairy products, the best in the valley, delivered fresh to your neighborhood stores. Look for the finest premium brand ice cream products, novelties, and milk, pure, wholesome, and good. Guaranteed by farmers to be RBST free. Check with your neighborhood store. If they're not carrying Altadena products, call the California Dairy Distributors at 1-800-600-3164 for the location nearest you. Doesn't a tall glass of ice-cold milk sound good? California Dairy Distributors, proud sponsor of the Lancaster JetHawks.
It's time to get connected to the people you know. Everybody needs a cell phone, cause we're all on the go. There's only one little old name that you need to know, and that's Frank. Frank's Radio.
No matter what you might see or hear, Frank's Radio is still your authorized Nextel service center, proudly displaying the Service Excellence Award from Nextel. There's a reason for that. Only Frank's Radio does it all. Look for the Frank's Radio logo where they service what they sell. Not all Nextel dealers are created equal. Be sure you're getting the service you deserve. Be sure it's Frank's Radio. You've never had a cell phone like this before, and you've never had service like this before. Frank's Radio, now open Monday through Saturday on 12th Street West between Avenues M and N in the Sierra Business Park.
There's only one way to do two-way, and that's Frank's way.
This is Justin Wexler, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
We move along to the 7th inning. JetHawks, since the top half of the 5th, have been clinging to a 1-run lead at 8-7. Dallas McPherson made it a 1-run game in the top of the 5th with a 2-run home run. His 9th of the season, 2nd of this series. Left-hander against left-hander. McMacken unleashes a curveball that misses high. And the Southern Nevada Community College alum delivers, and McPherson bounces one foul into the JetHawks bullpen. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2003 KC World Series champions, those Southern Nevadans. And the next pitch is strike 2 on the outside corner. 1-2. Mackin right back on top of the rubber, ready to go. The pitch. Fastball is up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Had a chance to meet Cliff's parents here a couple of weekends ago. Only live a couple hours away in the Las Vegas area. McMacken misses inside, and the count is full. 3-2 to McPherson, leading off the 7th inning. Payoff is on the way. Breaking ball, bounced foul, pass first. So we'll try it again. I'll tell you what, if you are protecting a 1-run lead in the latter innings, McMacken's the guy you want out there on the mound. But he loses McPherson as the curveball misses inside. That's ball 4. 3rd walk that McMacken has issued in just 1+ inning of work. And Mike Elward will be the hitter. With those 3 walks, McMacken has now issued 19 this year in 35 innings, although not many of those walks have come of late. Didn't walk anybody in his last outing on Saturday against San Jose. As he throws over to first, just a courtesy throw. McPherson back standing up. Outing before that, he didn't walk anybody either. Matter of fact, he hasn't walked anybody in his previous 4 outings before tonight. Pitch misses high. 1-0 to the right-handed hitting Mike Elward. Elward has doubled, grounded to third, and lined to third. 1-0 pitch. Fastball upstairs, ball 2. And Mel Stoudemire sees something he doesn't like and is going to make a walk out to the mound. Take that back. McMacken did walk 1 4 outings ago against Lake Elsinore, but has not walked anybody, or did not walk anybody in the 3 outings after that before walking 2 in the 6th inning, 1 in the 7th, and is behind Elward, 2 balls and no strikes. Stoudemire out there to say, you know what, you got away with it last inning, but don't try and make a habit out of this. Sit for Stoudemire. Back to the dugout goes the outdoorsman. Hoping to get the outdoorsman on the golf course tomorrow and chase around the little white ball. Back to action. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Low and outside for ball 3. Maybe this will get the JetHawks bullpen up and moving again. McPherson, a short lead at first, held by Nichols. The 3-0 is outside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks, McPherson and Elward, to open up the 7th inning. It's not what you want to have happen when you're trying to protect a 1-run lead. Even though I did say not too long ago that if you're trying to protect a 1-run lead, that McMacken's the guy you want out there. And I still think that rings true, because if anybody can walk the first 2 men of an inning and get out of it, it's probably this guy. There's Jason Espedo, left-handed hitter, who is squaring around a bunt. McMacken with a fastball misses high, 1-0. 6 in a row that have missed the strike zone from McMacken. Nichols charging from first. Dan Uglum already on the grass at third base. From the stretch, here's the pitch. That's taken for a strike. Is Espedo not showing bunt. Count is even at 1-1. So maybe the bunt taken off and the take sign put on for one pitch to try and get the JetHawks defense back on their heels a little bit. See if it's put back on. As Espedo is already squared around. And the pitch is a curveball bunted out in front of the mound. McMacken fields, looks towards third, but spins and throws to first. Espedo's retired. 1-4. Sacrifice successful. McPherson to third and Elward up to second. Now another left-handed hitter, Azarius Corbeil, stands in. He is 1 for 3. As the JetHawks will bring the infield in all the way around. Corbeil singled to open up the second and scored a run. McMacken still working from the stretch. And the pitch. Curveball in the dirt for ball 1. One of those situations where it's really up to the pitcher as to what he wants to do with either a runner at third or runners at second and third or the bases loaded. It's an option for the pitcher as to whether or not he wants to work from the stretch or from the windup. A 1-0. Swing and a miss. That time it looked like a changeup from McMacken over the outside corner. Well, you don't see the true steal of home anymore. You used to years ago, and that's probably what prompted pitchers to not work from the windup with a runner at third. Not as much as they used to, although that was a couple of generations ago. High fastball at the belt, called strike 2. Corbeil doesn't like that call as McMacken right here is thinking strikeout. One of those changes that happened years ago in the game that has been passed from really one generation to the next. McMacken electing to work from the stretch. A 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on the fastball. Huge strikeout as Corbeil whiffs for the second time tonight. 2 away. And now the infield can back up as Javi Rodriguez will step in. Rodriguez, the first man to face McMacken in the 6th inning, and McMacken struck him out. DeRosa sets up on the outside corner. Here's the pitch. A curveball popped up. Back of second. Backpedaling is Santos. He reaches up to make the catch. And Cliff McMacken dodges a bullet. 2 more walks. 2 more runners left on base. It's 7th inning stretch time at the hangar. 8-7 JetHawks on KJUL 1380.
JetHawk fans, the best way to get to those out-of-town games is in the luxury and comfort of a Rexall motorhome. Imagine the envy of all the other fans when they see your ultimate tailgate machine. No matter which brand you choose, from the fabulous Rose Air to the sleek Vision, Lancaster is not only home to the JetHawks, but also Rexall Industries, which manufactures 5 brands of motorhomes at its facility off Avenue H at 7th Street West. Stop by and take a tour, and then make the short drive to Acton to purchase a new Rexall at La Mesa RV. La Mesa RV is easy to find off the west side of Highway 14 at the Soledad Canyon exit. With 7 convenient sales and service locations across California and southern Arizona, no matter where you're headed this summer, there's a La Mesa RV nearby or on the way that stocks and sells Rexall motorhomes made in Lancaster. True American pastimes come in threes: baseball, apple pie, and years of fun in a brand new Rexall motorhome from La Mesa RV.
Some things never change. S&S Home Furnishings, for instance, after 20 years, still means selection and service. With the best names in the business like Broyhill, Flexhill, Pulaski, and Sealy. The dedicated staff at S&S knows where to look for the style and price range you want. So buying furniture is never a gamble, it's a sure thing at S&S Home Furnishings, where easy financing is yours on approved credit. S&S Home Furnishings, downtown Lancaster, on Lancaster Boulevard next to B of A.
It's a great double play, Lancaster JetHawks baseball and America's greatest music on KJUL 1380.
Quakes go to their bullpen for a second time and bring on right-hander Mark O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan, 1-2 record, ERA at an even 5. He has 2 saves as he will make his 31st appearance of the season. Against the JetHawks this year, 1-1 record, 7.88 ERA. 13 hits, 7 earned runs in 8 innings of work, 5 walks, and 6 strikeouts. O'Sullivan continues to warm up. He will face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Garthwaite, Ugla, and DeRosa. Now, surprisingly enough, we haven't had very much offense since the Quakes scored 3 in the top half of the 5th inning. From that point on, the bullpen has done a more than admirable job to this point. Cliff McMacken has pitched 2 shutout innings. Dustin Griffith, who preceded preceded O'Sullivan, came in for Santana, also pitched 3 shutout innings. Griffith only allowed 2 singles. No walks and 4 strikeouts. First pitch to Garthwaite is low for ball 1. O'Sullivan works from the windup, and the right-hander delivers. Overhand fastball is in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Garthwaite tonight 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. O'Sullivan last pitched on July 6th against Inland Empire. And this is inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Sullivan gave up 3 hits and 2 earned runs in just 1 inning of work. That caught the corner. Garthwaite a flinch towards first base, but remained in the batter's box as the count is 3-1. Sullivan back to the plate. That is inside for ball 4. And so this time the JetHawks get the leadoff walk. And now Dan Ugla, who is in search of his first hit, not only of the night but of the series. He is 0 for 7. Has struck out, reached on a fielder's choice and lined to short. And perhaps Damon Mayshore thinking about a sacrifice, although Ugla tried to do that in the second inning and was unsuccessful. No sacrifice. Now the bunt is on and it's dropped in front of the mound. Coming in is Rodriguez, and he hustles to throw to first just in time to get Ugla. Credit the JetHawks third baseman for squaring around at the very last moment and dropped a pretty good bunt. The sacrifice successful, 5-3. Garthwaite taking second. Runner in scoring position for the JetHawks with 1 away. And Mike DeRosa will step in. Sullivan this year has held opponents to a more than respectable batting average of just .242. His problem has been walks. As DeRosa hits a pop-up down the first base line, drifting out is Corbeil into foul territory, makes the basket catch, bluffing the tag. Away from second is Garthwaite. He holds up as Corbeil spins and unleashes a bullet all the way to third. Tough out there as DeRosa fouls out for the second time tonight. 2 away, and here's the designated hitter, Travis McAndrews. McAndrews, 1 for 3, has singled and scored a run. Had a 2-out single in the 5th inning. Well, Sullivan, in issuing that leadoff walk to Garthwaite, has now given up 22 and 45 and 2/3 innings, so pretty much 1 every other inning. Check is second, and the pitch. Fastball, strike called on the outside. Well, Sullivan had a great month of June. Had a 2.03 ERA. 13 and 1/3 innings of work. Month of May was not so great. Picked up both of his losses. Had an ERA of 9. McAndrews waits and can't wait any longer as he calls time. And Sullivan waiting to get the sign he wanted from the catcher Mathis. Now he brings the hands together. And the pitch. Breaking ball, misses down and inside. 1-1. Mike Thiessen in the on-deck circle. 2 away. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. 8-7 JetHawks. McAndrews waits. Here's the pitch. Inside. Catches the corner. And the count is 1-2. So McAndrews falls behind. JetHawks still have not been retired an order in any inning tonight. Have left a man on base in every inning except for the first. Trying to avoid that here in the seventh. Pitch. Bounding ball over the mound. Behind second. Turner can't backhand. Bobbles the ball. Goes into center field. Around third comes Garthwaite. He scores. Throw back to second too late. And the JetHawks get a key insurance run. And I think Murphy might be hurt. He goes down to his knees at second base. Now he's up to his feet. That'll be a base hit for McAndrews. His second of the game. Give him an RBI. And a key 2-out run for the JetHawks. McAndrews takes second on the throw home. So no error on the play. As McAndrews able to answer the bell. Now he's at second with 2 outs. Mike Thiessen at home plate. Pitch. Swinging a foul over the screen behind home plate. Thiessen 2 for 4. Single double. 2 runs scored, 2 RBI. He and Jones have been the 2 hottest hitters in the JetHawks lineup over the last 5 games or so. Thiessen doing a great job out of the leadoff spot. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Of the 9 runs the JetHawks have scored, 7 have come with 2 outs. Now a fastball is below the knees, 2-1. 4 of those 7 2-out runs came after an error in the second inning. Two balls, 1 strike. Sullivan delivers. Fastball hit on the ground. Wide of third. Damon Mayshore jumping over that ball, and Thiessen breaks his bat, so he'll go back for New Lumber. And scoring 7 runs after 2 are out is certainly a symbol of clutch hitting. That is something that has been eluding the JetHawks for really a majority of the second half, but have 9 runs tonight, lead at 9-7. Now the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball hit to right field. Espedo moving over. Now back, reaches up and makes the catch. Home half of the 7th is complete, but the JetHawks get a 2-out run on the single by Travis McAndrews. That's the only hit of the inning. 1 runner left on base. 9-7 Lancaster. We'll head to the 8th on KJUL 1380.
Fellow success seekers, today's message is a simple one. If you want to maximize your dreams and realize the full potential of your life, I am here to tell you that there is just one thing you have to do. Think like a can. Because a can be anything. It just has to be recycled. And once it is, a can possesses that one thing you desire, infinite promise. Just think of all the things a can be. A picnic table, a window frame, or playground equipment. It can be that many things and more, and so can you. Because, my friends, to think like a can is to think I can. All you have to do is wake up every morning, stand before the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, you can.
Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. Brought to you by the California Department of Conservation.
Whoever your sports heroes are, from local stars to national icons, they're yours for the keeping with Upper Deck Collectibles. Upper Deck trading cards give you a front row seat to the best action in town. The biggest stars in baseball, basketball, football, hockey, and golf are captured in their finest moments and just for you in a timeless collectible. Upper Deck brings you closer by putting authentic player autographs on cards and even real pieces of equipment used and worn by players on their field of battle. It's a blend of authentic trading cards and the unforgettable brush with your heroes. Upper Deck, where sports fans own the moment.
This is Carlton Wells, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Cliff McMackin takes the mound in the top of the 8th inning with some breathing room. has a 9-7 lead to work with. Nick Kimpton strolls to home plate. He'll lead it off. Tommy Murphy, Justin Turner after that, the 9-1 and 2 hitters. McMacken has already pitched 2 shutout innings despite walking 4. Lefty on lefty. As the pitch is on the way, it's bunted down the first baseline, but trickles foul. Well, Kimpton made kind of a half swing at that on the drag bunt attempt. Tried to take it with him down the first baseline. Count is 0-1. Josh Cranwetter, a right-hander, warms up in the JetHawks bullpen. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, hit on the ground to Nichols. Gets it on the second bounce, waves away. McMacken steps on the bag, and that is out number 1. 3 unassisted. Top of the order now for Murphy. Mike Kimpton also walked his last time up and also stole a base. That was on the back end of a 6th inning double steal. He's also singled and doubled tonight. Was caught stealing, however, in the 4th. The pitch. Curveball hit high in the air to left center field. Thiessen is drifting back, still going. Near the warning track, reaches out and makes the over-the-shoulder catch. Nice play, Mike Thiessen. Tommy Murphy gave that a ride, but he is the second out.
Number 9, Justin Turner.
Justin Turner will step in as McMacken trying the more conventional approach of getting outs instead of walking batters. Now Turner swings at a curveball and misses. Seemed like that pitch took about a day and a half to get to home plate. 0-1. McMacken got Turner to foul out to third in the 6th inning. Another curveball. This one stays up and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jeff Mathis waits on deck. And the pitch. Fastball just misses the outside corner. 2-1. John Rowenhorst warming up in the Quakes bullpen as we speak. Called strike on the fastball inside corner, and it's even at 2-2. And McMacken right back. Fastball, strike 3 outside corner. And for the first time for either team, the side is retired in order. 3 up and 3 down. We'll head to the bottom half of the 8th. 9-7 JetHawks on KJUL 1380.
This is Rodney Jacobson, branch manager with Wells Fargo Home Mortgage. For most people, finding a new home is often the most exciting and easiest part of home buying. But how do you go about choosing a lender? Well, that's easy too. With Wells Fargo Home Mortgage, you get all the resources of one of the nation's leading lenders working with you one-on-one in your own neighborhood. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to move up, experienced Wells Fargo Home Mortgage consultants will carefully guide you through their complete selection of mortgage choices. Wells Fargo Home Mortgage also offers flexible down payments and closing options, all designed to get your family into a home today. It's your single source for total home buying service and solutions. Call Wells Fargo Home Mortgage in Lancaster today at 945-3682, 945-3682. At Wells Fargo Home Mortgage, we build dreams, not barriers.
Wells Fargo Home Mortgage is an equal housing lender.
There's nothing better than getting away from the daily stresses of life than by watching a JetHawks baseball game or hitting the road in a brand new Rexall motorhome. Did you know that Rexall builds 5 different brands of motorhomes right here in Lancaster? That's right. Rexall motorhomes have a wealth of features and loads of value. So if you're thinking about a new motorhome, be sure to check out the full line of products made right here at Rexall in Lancaster. When you're ready to buy a new Rexall, simply stop at La Mesa RV in Acton, located on the west side of Highway 14 off the Soledad Canyon exit. La Mesa RV has 7 locations in California and Arizona that sell and service every make of Rexall products. La Mesa's knowledgeable and caring sales team will help you find the Rexall that is just right for you. So make it a home run with the local team. Rexall, La Mesa RV, and the JetHawks.
This is Scott Barber, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Left-hander John Rowenhorst is on to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning, and the left-hander facing Danny Richard misses low and inside with the first pitch. Now the 1-0. Swinging a hard grounder foul off the front of the Quakes dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rowenhorst currently resides in Anaheim, California. 0-4 record, 13 saves, and a 1.63 ERA. Billy Biggs now throwing in the JetHawks bullpen. It's the 1-1. It's slapped in the air, down the left side, and out of play. 1-2 the count. Jones and Nichols due up after Richard in the bottom of the 8th inning. JetHawks on top, 9-7. And that run in the 7th inning right now looking pretty big for the JetHawks. The pitch. Broken bat, grounder, foul past first base. That went right in on the hands of Richard as a piece of his bat went spiraling down the first base line. Remains 1-2. Rowenhorst with the rather unusual windup. Kicks the front leg high and then brings the heel back before delivering towards home plate. Holds his hands out in front. And now the pitch. Off speed is down and outside. Actually, what he does is he kicks the heel back first and then brings the front knee, which for a left-hander is his right knee, high up into his chest before coming home. The 2-2. Swinging and a miss on the inside fastball. Richard is out number 1. And here's the right fielder, Jaime Jones. Jones, 3 RBIs tonight, 2 for 4 on the evening. Left-hander against left-hander. And the pitch. He is outside for ball 1. Jones right back in there, and Rowenhorst right back on the rubber. From the third base side, delivers. Jones pops one up. Foul territory. Rodriguez over in front of the dugout. Can't get there. Actually bounced on the field of play, but Rodriguez, unfamiliar in playing third base. This is his first start of the year at third. Wasn't quite aware of how much room he had, which ended up being more than he thought. Jones back at home plate with the count even at 1-1. Rowenhorst into the windup, the pitch. Curve ball, strike 2 at the belt. High curve ball that just came in right across the top of the strike zone. One ball and 2 strikes. This ball game nears the 3-hour mark. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball down and in. And Jones strikes out for the second time tonight. Base is empty for Kyle Nichols. Back-to-back strikeouts for the left-handed reliever. Nichols in search of his first hit tonight, 0 for 3 with a walk. The pitch. Swing and a miss was late on the fastball. Well, Nichols swung as if he was expecting some pitch other than the one that he got. Waylaid on the fastball. Now the 0-1. Swinging a miss again. That's strike two. Another fastball. So Nichols quickly in a hole. Rowanhorst comes home. That fastball is too far outside. 1-2. Rowanhorst last pitched on July 6th. One perfect inning with one strikeout. His last save on the 2nd of July. Third in the league in that category. Curveball, foul, tipped and held on to by Mathis for strike three. Nichols throws the bat down as Rowanhorst strikes out the side. We will go to the ninth. Billy Biggs on to do the pitching. Trying to pick up the save. JetHawks leading 9-7 on KJUL 1380.
Jenna, will you take me to the airport? Sorry, I can't, but try calling AV Airport Express. They make 7 trips daily to LAX. There's no parking fees, no fuel costs, and curb-to-curb service. AV Airport Express is locally owned and operated with the best low-cost rates to LAX. You know, relax to lax. Oh, yeah. It's smarter to charter with Antelope Express, too. They've always got fun excursions for families, churches, and schools, and deluxe tour coaches for up to 58 passengers. Call them at 945-2LAX or log on to avairportexpress.com.
Discover the treasures of apartment living at Amargosa Creek, a community with a richly active lifestyle, perfectly manicured lawns surrounded by flowering foliage, and an excellent location, convenient to a variety of shopping centers and major thoroughfares. They offer washer and dryer connections in all homes, a 24-hour fitness facility, sparkling pool and spa, barbecue, picnic and playground picnic area, and an online rent payment option. Get more out of life by living at Amargosa Creek, where you're sure to find an apartment home of your very own to treasure. Call today, 945-5997 for Amargosa Creek Apartments.
You're listening to Lancaster JetHawks baseball on KWJL. Lancaster Palmdale. America's greatest music plays here on KJUL 1380, a High Desert Broadcasting Company station.
This is Matt Henry, and you're listening to JetHawks baseball on KJUL 1380.
Top of the ninth inning. JetHawks trying to hang on to their 9-7 lead. Jeff Mathis leads it off. Dallas McPherson, Mike Elward to follow against Billy Biggs, who enters the ball game. 0-5 record, 3.96 ERA. Kyle Nichols still steaming over there at first base. And the fastball pinks the inside corner, 0-1. Nichols, by the way, does not take strikeouts particularly well, and took the warm-up ball and threw it over the right field fence. Another fastball comes inside and backs up Mathis. 1-1 the count. Mathis, 2 for 4. 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. 1-1 pitch. Slider chased and missed. Down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nichols threw that ball well over the outfield fence. The pitch, reached for, bounced down the third base line, charging is Uggla. Can't get it on the short hop. Slips and falls as the ball caroms into foul territory, runs it down, but Mathis will hold at first base. That'll be a base hit. Mathis with the infield single. And that will allow the tying run to come to the plate. #12 hit for Rancho. And JetHawks have 11 in the ball game. Here's McPherson. A 2-run home run in the 5th. His only hit in 3 official at-bats, 4 plate appearances. From the stretch, Biggs delivers and misses outside for ball 1. Biggs with 4 saves this year, 3 of them upcoming games where he's pitched only a third of an inning. A 1-0. Check swing on the fastball. Doesn't matter. It's in there for a strike. 1-1. Richard and Santos at double play depth. The outfield is very deep all the way around. The pitch misses the outside corner. maybe an inch or so off the plate. 2-1. Biggs needs to make a big pitch here and trying to avoid getting into some kind of trouble. Here it is. Outside, another fastball, 3-1. Now he's in danger of walking the tying run on base. Eamon Mayshore starting to pace a little bit down in the dugout. The pitch, outside for ball 4. So he does exactly that. The first two reach. Infield single and now a walk. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Mike Elworth. Now we're looking down to Bobby Meacham. See how the Quakes play this. Could maybe play for the tie and have Elworth sacrifice here. As Elworth has already squared around. As Biggs turns towards second, does not throw. No one covering the bag. Nichols weighing at first. Elworth again has squared around. Ugla at third. The pitch is a fastball outside. 1-0. Well, here again, you're in a situation where the opposition is willing to give you an out. Nichols charges again. Elworth squares. Pops it up foul. Along the third base line, it bounces and into foul territory. But trying to come in and catch that ball on the fly. Had he been able to, it would have been big trouble for the Quakes. But instead it's strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. And now Elwood will confer with manager Bobby Meacham midway through. You should say midway between home and third. 3 finals already in the California League. Lake Elsinore has lost to Bakersfield 7-3. Inland Empire gives High Desert their 9th consecutive loss, 3-2 at Arrowhead. And San Jose a winner, 6-3, beating Visalia. One other game still going on. Stockton leading Modesto 8-3 in the top of the 9th. Elwood has again already squared around. The pitch is a fastball, strike 2 on the outside corner. Elwood pulled the bat away. So now what do you do? You elect to risk a strikeout by having Elwood try and lay down the bunt again, or do you have him swing away? He does not square around and takes his slider high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're Biggs, you've got to be thinking strikeout or ground ball here. The 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards short. Could be 2. Santos flips the reshot for 1. On to first, they turn the double play. Now that is huge. Elwood at first unable to get the bunt down. Then swinging with 2 strikes. Hits into the twin killing. McPherson takes third. But there are 2 away, and Jason Espedo steps in. So the tying run, no longer on base, is now in the person of the man at home plate. Espedo swings at a high fastball and misses, 0-1. Well, the complexity of the inning has changed dramatically. Another fastball misses outside, 1-1. Although Biggs has no reason to ease off one bit. Here's the pitch. Fastball off the outside corner, 2-1. Biggs now working from the windup with a runner at third. Mathis is lead in foul territory. The 2-1. Off speed, outside, 3-1. And Biggs, for the second time in the inning, is in danger of walking the tying run on base. Here's the pitch. fastball, swing and a foul tip for strike 2. And now the Quakes are down to their final strike. Fans making some noise here. Higgs takes a little time, takes a deep breath, back behind the mound. Into the windup. The payoff pitch. Swing and a soft liner foul into the seats, third base side. A protective swing by Espino, just sticking the bat out there, fouling that off to remain alive. Again, we await the 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Swinging a one-hop smash off the hip of Nichols, right to Richard. He throws and Big covering the bag, and the ball game is over. Not pretty, but effective. Nichols is hurt at first base as he's got his hands on his knees. That ball deflected right to Richard. Biggs doing the smart thing, covering the first base bag. He gets the save, and the JetHawks hang on for the 9-7 victory. We'll have the AV Ford postgame show right after this on KJL 1380.
Imagine what it feels like to be a hero every day. You can make a difference in the Coast Guard. Search and rescue, saving lives, your answering the call. It's a job that matters, where you can do it all. Coast Guard, job that matters.
Join the Coast Guard or Coast Guard Reserve. Save lives, stop drugs, protect the environment. Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard, jobs that matter.
Imagine what it feels like. You can do it all. Coast Guard, job that matters.
Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard, jobs that matter.
Not only will McMahon's Furniture Store beat any other advertised price, but McMahon's guarantees your satisfaction as well. Buy it, like it, or return it within 30 days. McMahon's tremendous selection of furniture, mattresses, appliance, and electronics includes Lazy Boy, Berkline, Simmons, Serta, Spring Air, RCA, Toshiba, Pioneer, and JVC, Frigidaire, and Maytag, all guaranteed values. Use your McMahon's account or any bank card. McMahon's Furniture Store, 10th Street West at Avenue K4 in Lancaster.
You've been listening to the Lancaster JetHawks Baseball, the future stars of the Arizona Diamondbacks. JetHawks Baseball has been brought to you by the Antelope Valley Christian Schools, the U.S. Coast Guard, the law firm of R. Rex Paris, Rexall, the City of Lancaster, and your new home of JetHawks Baseball, KJL 1380. Stay tuned for the JetHawks postgame show coming up next.
It's time to get connected to the people you know. Everybody needs a cell phone, cause we're all on the go. There's only one little old name that you need to know, and that's Frank. Frank's Radio.
No matter what you might see or hear, Frank's Radio is still your authorized Nextel service center, proudly displaying the Service Excellence Award from Nextel. There's a reason for that. Only Frank's Radio does it all. Look for the Frank's Radio logo where they service what they sell. Not all Nextel dealers are created equal. Be sure you're getting the service you deserve. Be sure it's Frank's Radio. You've never had a cell phone like this before, and you've never had service like this before. Frank's Radio, now open Monday through Saturday on 12th Street West between Avenues M and N in the Sierra Business Park.
There's only one way to do two-way, and that's Frank's Way.
Coors Light presents Dear Coors Light, a continuing forum on the subject of cold. Today's letter is from a Mr. Chris Duffy of Atlanta, Georgia. Chris writes,
Dear Coors Light, my roommates and I have always wondered if we unplugged the refrigerator and stuck a frosty 12-pack of Coors Light in there, would the beer keep the pickles and mustard cool? Well, guess what? It does. We even found that on the odd occasion we have vegetables in the fridge, they stay crisper, longer. But most importantly, with Coors Light, we've noticed a big difference in our electric bill.
Well, Chris, we've always thought of Coors Light as an innovative beer. But what a delight to hear that it has spurred even further newfangled thinking. Yes, Chris, you're on to something. So how's this for a new slogan? Coors Light.
frost brewed refreshment and friend of the fridge. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Coors Light is frost brewed to capture a cold, refreshing taste. Pick up Coors Light whenever you buy beer and tap the Rockies.
This is the Lancaster JetHawks postgame show. Stay tuned for a wrap-up and highlights of the just-completed game and scores from other games around the California League. The postgame show is brought to you by Antelope Valley Ford and Shuttle Lincoln Mercury in the Lancaster Auto Mall. All-American deals on all-American cars, trucks, and SUVs. Ford Tough and Ford Proud. Come in today and keep America driving strong.
Well, it was a wild one tonight at the hangar as the JetHawks were able to hang on after piling up 8 runs early for the 9-7 victory. Let's get to the totals in the ball game tonight for the JetHawks. 9 runs, 11 hits. They committed 1 error and stranded 7 on the base pass. For the Quakes, 7 runs, 12 hits, also 1 error. They strand 8. The winning pitcher is Scott Barber. He's 7-6 on the season, and with the win, he becomes the all-time franchise leader in victories as he picks up his 21st in a JetHawks uniform tonight. Billy Biggs picks up the save, a scoreless ninth, his 5th of the season. And Irvin Santana, in his worst outing of the season, takes the loss. He falls to 9-2. Let's go inside the numbers in this one. We'll start with the JetHawks as they had 5 hitters with 2 base hits apiece tonight. And we've got to start with Jaime Jones, who, again, a multi-hit game, his 4th consecutively. He was 2 for 5 in the ball game tonight, a 2-run double and a home run. Had 3 RBIs in the game tonight to go along with a run scored. Danny Richard in the number 2 spot in the batting order, 2 for 4 with a walk, 2 RBIs and a run scored. Had a 2-run single in the 2nd inning. Mike Thiessen continues his hot hitting as he extends his hitting streak to 12 games, 2 for 5 tonight, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. Sergio Santos also had a couple of hits, singles in the 2nd and 3rd, was 2 for 4 with a run scored. And out of the number 9 spot in the batting order, perhaps Damon Mayshore playing a hunch and inserting Travis McAndrews into the lineup tonight. It paid off. He was 2 for 4, and including an RBI single in the 7th inning, driving in a crucial insurance one. One RBI and 1 run scored tonight. The only other base hit by Mike DeRosa, an RBI single in the 3rd inning. Jay Garthwaite tonight was 0 for 2, but walked twice, also scored twice. Kyle Nichols 0 for 4, but did walk and score in the 3rd inning. For the Quakes, most of their damage coming from the top of the batting order. Jeff Mathis, 3 hits for the 2nd consecutive night. Had 2 singles and a home run. Now has 3 homers in the series, 3 for 5, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBIs. Justin Turner, who did not play in the game last night, also with 3 hits, 3 for 5, 2 singles and a home run, scored twice, drove in 1. 2 hits for Tommy Murphy out of the leadoff spot in the batting order, was on base a total of 3 times. Single, double, stolen base, and a run scored. 1 hit for Mike Elward in 4 at-bats. Also drew a walk, but hit into a crucial double play in the 9th inning. Azarias Corbillo 1 for 4, singled and scored in the 2nd inning. Javi Rodriguez also 1 for 4, had a 4th inning single. And Nick Kempton, out of the number 9 spot in the batting order, was 0 for 3, but did draw a walk, steal a base, and drove in a run with a ground out in the 2nd inning. Pitching lines in the ball game tonight. Barber, despite getting the win, was not particularly effective tonight, lasting just 5 innings. He was touched up for 11 hits and 7 runs. 6 of those were earned. No walks, 1 strikeout. After the 2nd consecutive start, he was touched up for 3 home runs, but gets the victory tonight. Really, the key pitcher in the ball game for Lancaster was Cliff McMacken, who relieved Barber in the 6th inning and proceeded to throw 3 no-hit innings. Didn't give up a run as well. He did walk 4. Obviously, none of those scored, and he struck out 3 before Billy Biggs came on in the 9th inning. Got into some trouble, runners at 1st and 2nd with nobody out, but did not give up a run, just that 1 hit and 1 walk allowed. For the Quakes, Irvin Santana, in his shortest outing of the year as well, lasted just 3 innings, allowed 8 hits, and after giving up just 7 runs in his previous 6 starts, gave up 8 runs tonight. 4 of those were earned. He walked 3 and struck out 4, allowed the home run to Jaime Jones in the first inning. Dustin Griffith after that, 3 shutout innings of relief, 2 hits, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. Marco Sullivan pitched the 8th, allowed 1 hit and 1 earned run, a walk and no strikeouts before John Rowenhorst came on to pitch the 9th, struck out all 3 batters that he faced. That's a look at the numbers in this one. We'll have a scoring summary for you right after this on KJUL 1380.
In the High Desert, you spell more, A-V-F-O-R-D. The High Desert's more Megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Antelope Valley Ford has more selection, more trucks, more SUVs, more cars, more new and used vehicles than you can believe. AV Ford saves you more money with more deals, saves you more time being moored in the Lancaster Auto Mall. AV Ford saves you more hassles by delivering more service. Antelope Valley Ford, what more could you want? What more can we say? If you're shopping for a truck that does more, an SUV that packs more, or a car that performs more, shop Ford's More Megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Shop and buy from Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore. More discounts, more selection, more styles, more colors. Need more? Want more? Get more at Antelope Valley Ford. AV Ford means more, delivers more, is more. So your choice is more. Or less. Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore in the Lancaster Auto Mall. Real people helping real people.
Baseball season is here, and the JetHawks are back in action at the hangar. Check out the future stars of the Arizona Diamondbacks and join in on these upcoming promotions.
Friday, July 11th, the JetHawks will be home to host the Inland Empire 66ers. The first 1,500 fans will receive a sports bottle courtesy of the Palmdale Water District. Saturday, July 12th, the first 1,000 fans will receive a Jose Cruz Jr. bobblehead.
For more information on these events or for tickets, call the JetHawks at 726-5400 or go online at jethawks.com. It's Lancaster JetHawks baseball.
Get CNN news updates all day long right here on your station for America's greatest music and Lancaster JetHawks baseball. KJUL 1380.
Let's run down the scoring for you, and it started early and often in this ball game. Top of the first, as a matter of fact, Tommy Murphy leading off the game with a ground ball hustle double down the first baseline. Justin Turner followed that with his single, and then Jeff Mathis would reach on a fielder's choice, forcing Turner at second, but Murphy would score, and the Quakes had the early 1-run lead. Wouldn't last long, however, as in the bottom of the first, 2 outs, nobody on. Jaime Jones muscling up for his second home run in as many games, and his second home run in the first inning in as many games. This his career-tying high 10th of the season, and we were tied at 1. Single run on the top of the second for Rancho. Azarias Corbeil leading off the inning with a single. He would go to third as Jaime Jones dropped a fly ball off the bat of Javi Rodriguez. And with runners at the corners, nobody out, Nick Kimpton then drove home Corbeil with an RBI ground out. Rodriguez was also picked off in that inning as no further damage was done. JetHawks did a whole lot of damage in the bottom of the second inning as Sergio Santos led it off with a single. Jay Garthwaite then drew a walk, but Santana would bear down somewhat, getting Dan Ugla to strike out. Mike DeRosa then fouled to his counterpart, Jeff Mathis, the catcher. But then Travis McAndrews came to the plate, hit a 2-hopper to first. It hit off the chest of Azarias Corbeil. By the time he picked it up, he had nowhere to go with it, and the bases were loaded. And that brought up one of the hottest hitters in the JetHawks lineup. That would be Mike Thiessen.
Here it is. Swinging a drive to left field. Edwards going back at the warning track, reaches up, can't get it. Off the base of the fence. Santos scores. Garthwaite scores. McAndrews stops at third. It's a double for Thiessen, and the JetHawks lead it 3-2.
Big 2-out hit as the JetHawks tonight scored a total of 7 runs with 2 outs, 7 of their 9 in the ball game. As a matter of fact, in the second, they were not done. Danny Richard at home plate and swung at the first pitch he saw.
Swinging a drive to left center field. That is down for a base hit. McAndrews will score. Thiessen right behind him. Danny Richard, a 2-run single. 4 runs altogether in the span of pitches. And the JetHawks have a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, talk about some clutch hitting. A total of 4 runs scored in a span of 2 pitches in that inning. But we would be far from done as far as scoring is concerned, as the Quakes would strike back in the top half of the third inning. Justin Turner, a leadoff single, and then Jeff Mathis, after hitting 2 home runs last night, ripped another tonight, a 2-run shot, his 11th of the season. And just like that, we were back to having a 1-run game at 5-4. JetHawks answered that back with a single run in the bottom half of the third inning. Kyle Nichols drawing the leadoff walk, then a single by Santos. Jay Garthwaite would fly to right field, and then Dan Ugla forced Santos at second on a fielder's choice, but Mike DeRosa would step up with two outs and deliver the infield single to score Nichols, and the JetHawks lead was extended to 2. That lead would be extended 2 more runs in the fourth inning, as with nobody on, nobody out, Mike Thiessen delivered his second hit of the game. This time it's a single. Danny Richard then drawing the walk, and Jaime Jones ripped a double. Both Thiessen and Richard would score, and the JetHawks at that point had a seemingly comfortable 8-4 lead. Little did they know that, A, they had enough runs to win the ball game, but also little did they know that the Quakes would come right back for 3 runs in the top half of the fifth inning. That's exactly what happened, as Justin Turner led it off with his 4th home run of the season, hit that to right field. Far from done were they, as Mathis stepped up and banged a single. Then Dallas McPherson, a monster shot to right center field, his 9th home run of the season. And just like that, it was a 1-run ball game. Scott Barber would settle down at that point and retire the next 3 hitters he faced in the inning. So we had pins and needles for the next couple of innings, as the JetHawks would wait until the 7th to strike again. And it happened starting from, of all things, a leadoff walk, something that had plagued the JetHawks over the last handful of ball games. This time, Jake Garthwaite against reliever Mark O'Sullivan drew the free pass. Dan Ugla sacrificed him to second after a foul out by Mike DeRosa to the first baseman Corbeil. Travis McAndrews stepped up and answered the bell. A chopper over the mound that Justin Turner was able to knock down behind second. But Garthwaite never stopped as he rounded third. The throw to the plate was too late, and the JetHawks had a key insurance run. Would remain that way until the top of the 9th inning. Billy Biggs on for the save, but found trouble immediately. Jeff Mathis, a leadoff single, then Dallas McPherson would draw a walk, so the tying runs were on. Runners at first and second and nobody out, but Mike Elward in coming to the plate, that forced Billy Biggs to bear down.
The 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards short. Could be 2. Santos flips to Richard for 1. And the first big turn, the double play. Now that is huge.
Certainly was a key double play that took the wind out of the Quakes' sails, as the rally was severely hampered from that point. Mathis did go to third on the play, but Jason Espedo then followed as he hit a hard hopper towards first. It actually hit off the leg of Kyle Nichols, but ricocheted right to Danny Richard, who threw to Biggs covering the bag, a 3-4-1 put out at first base. Don't have those happen every day, but the JetHawks will take it any way they can get it as they hang on for the 9-7 victory. Lots of scoring to tell you about. We've got lots of finals around the California League to tell you about as well. And some final thoughts right after this on KJUL 1380.
In the high desert, you spell more, A-V-F-O-R-D. The high desert's more megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Antelope Valley Ford has more selection, more trucks, more SUVs, more cars, more new and used vehicles than you can believe. AV Ford saves you more money with more deals, saves you more time being moored in the Lancaster Auto Mall. AV Ford saves you more hassles by delivering more service. Antelope Valley Ford, what more could you want? What more can we say? If you're shopping for a truck that does more, an SUV that packs more, or a car that performs more, shop Ford's More Megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Shop and buy from Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore. More discounts, more selection, more styles, more colors. Need more? Want more? Get more at Antelope Valley Ford. AV Ford means more, delivers more, is more. So your choice is more or less. Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore in the Lancaster Auto Mall. Real people helping real people.
The Antelope Valley Inn and Conference Center has just what you need for your next banquet or catered event. Their conference centers are some of the largest in the area, and their efficient and friendly staff is ready to help in planning your next event. Even if your gathering is off-site, the AV Inn's catering service provides a wide variety of top-quality selections. Stop by the AV Inn today on Sierra Highway between Avenues J and K, or call 948-4651 for the Antelope Valley Inn and Conference Center.
This is Doug Slade, and you're listening to JetHawks Baseball on KJUL 1380.
Every game in the California League except for one is now final. Last we heard, they were going to the ninth inning in Modesto with Stockton leading the A's 8-3. But everything else is in the books, including this one here at the hangar. But elsewhere around the California League, Bakersfield defeated Lake Elsinore 7-3. So the Storm suffer their second consecutive loss to the Blaze, who have scored 13 runs in the first two games, make that 20 runs in the first two games of that series. Also, Inland Empire dealt the High Desert Mavericks their ninth consecutive loss. 3-2 was the final of that ball game. And San Jose snaps a two-game losing streak by beating Visalia 6-3. So let's check out the standings in the California League. Lake Elsinore still on top with a 12-6 record, but their lead is now down to a half game, as Inland Empire right behind them at 12-7. The Quakes will remain 4 games back at 8-10. The JetHawks will also gain a game in the standings. They are 7-12, 5.5 back. And the Mavericks, all those Mavericks, they are 3-15 in the second half. Their season record is now at 28-60, and one of the worst records, and quite possibly, as far as we know, could be the worst record in all of minor league baseball. In the North, Visalia dealt the loss. They are 12-8 in the second half, and their lead also shrinks to a half game as Bakersfield wins. They're a half back, as the Blaze are 11-8, and San Jose with the win. They are 1.5 back now, as they get back up and over the 500 mark. They are 10-9. Again, the final score tonight: 9-7 JetHawks, 9-11-1 for Lancaster, 7-12-1 for the Quakes as Barber wins it. He is 7-6. Billy Biggs to save his fifth. Irvin Santana takes the loss. He falls to 9-2. 4 more home runs in the ball game tonight. 3 hit by the Quakes. Justin Turner, a solo shot in the 5th inning, was his 4th of the season. Dallas McPherson, number 9, also coming in the 5th, a 2-run shot. And the other home run was, let's see here. It was Jeff Mathis in the 3rd inning, a 2-run shot, his 3rd of the series and 11th on the season. 1 home run for the JetHawks, Jaime Jones tying his career high with his 10th, a solo shot in the 1st inning. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 3 minutes in front of 1,708 here at Lancaster Municipal Stadium. This 3-game set will conclude tomorrow, the rubber game of the series, as the JetHawks will have their first big league rehabber on hand tomorrow night. Brett Prinz will come in and make the start for the JetHawks. He is expected to pitch just 1 inning or 20 to 25 pitches, whichever comes first. So Prinz, who tore a groin on opening day with the Diamondbacks, is making his way back to the big leagues. He also rehabbed with the JetHawks last year, will pitch, and he will be piggybacked by John Castellanos after that. And the opposition will be Joe Torres, just off the disabled list. He is 3-2 on the season, an ERA of 4.68. I want to thank my producer back at the studios of KJUL 1380. It is the lovely and talented Vicki Reyes. So for Vicki, this is Tim O'Sullivan saying good night from the hangar in Lancaster, where the JetHawks hang on for the victory. Final score of 9-7.
In the High Desert, you spell more A-V-F-O-R-D. The High Desert's more megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Antelope Valley Ford has more selection, more trucks, more SUVs, more cars, more new and used vehicles than you can believe. AV Ford saves you more money with more deals, saves you more time being moored in the Lancaster Auto Mall. AV Ford saves you more hassles by delivering more service. Antelope Valley Ford, what more could you want? What more can we say? If you're shopping for a truck that does more, an SUV that packs more, or a car that performs more, shop Ford's More Megastore, Antelope Valley Ford. Shop and buy from Antelope Valley Ford, the More Megastore. More discounts, more selection, more styles, more colors. Need more? Want more? Get more at Antelope Valley Ford. AV Ford means more, delivers more, is more. So your choice is more or less. Antelope Valley Ford, the more mega store in the Lancaster Auto Mall. Real people helping real people.
Thanks for listening to the Lancaster JetHawks postgame show. Brought to you by Antelope Valley Ford and Shuttle Lincoln Mercury in the Lancaster Auto Mall. All-American deals on all-American cars, trucks, and SUVs. Ford Tough and Ford Proud. Come in today and keep America driving strong. Be sure to join us every game on your new home for JetHawks baseball. K-Jewel 1380.